Stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Summer's here and Smokehouse Barbecue has you covered. If you're planning on grilling out, let Smokehouse Barbecue handle the heavy lifting with all the sides. If you're having family in town for vacation, bring them by. They have room to accommodate large parties. And if you're heading up to St. Joe for training camp, make Smokehouse Barbecue your ultimate pit stop for the best barbecue in Kansas City. Visit them in Gladstone, Zona Rosa, or Independence, or at SmokehouseBBQ.com. That's SmokehouseBBQ.com. It's Smokehouse Barbecue.
America is turning 250 this year, and Circus Sports is celebrating by offering all users in Missouri $250. Dane Hughes here, and for everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circus Sports app. Then play through that deposit. Once you do, Circus Sports will reward you with $250 right in your account. This is available for everyone in Missouri, new and existing users. Celebrate 250 years and find out more at circusports.com today. Must be 21 or older in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay. Are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
Kansas City, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can watch all your favorite shows right from your phone, computer, or tablet. Every day, we stream the shows live on YouTube, plus clips from the biggest moments and biggest guests. Hit that subscribe button so 96.5 The Fan goes right to the top of your feed. In your car, on your phone, or on your computer, we are everywhere. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 Listen to Cody and Gold live from Chiefs training camp this summer. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station. Welcome into Fescoe and Dusty.
I mean, come on, guys. What are we doing here?
A show that, analytically, exists between 6 and 10 weekday mornings on Kansas City's only FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, buddy.
Live from the studios that brought you.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Here's Bob Fescoe and Dusty Likens.
You know, don't take it from us. Take it from the experts. That's the theme of today. Because we're going to start off hot. Cyrus Allen might be the wide receiver #1 for the Chiefs. Oh, man, we need football to start. But honestly, take it from the experts, right?
Yep.
Steve Smith, pretty good wide receiver.
Not bad.
I mean, pretty good. Undersized, played taller than he was. We'll get to that comment in a little bit. But, you know me, I love baseball. And last night was appointment television for maybe not a lot of people. I'm interested to see what Netflix pulls on ratings. But there's certain things that are hard to screw up. And last night, Netflix's presentation of the Field of Dreams game was immaculate. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are probably not huge baseball fans. Maybe you were locked into preseason football because Jordan Love looked pretty good. Like 5 of 8 for a couple, like 50 yards or so. Joe Burrow still has no offensive line. Was he sacked on the first play of the game, correct? First play? 3-step drop
That
back.
thing
sack.
collapsed on him right up the gut like I've never seen a collapse happen before.
It wasn't up the gut. It was on the left side.
No, it came from everywhere, dude. And I think that guy, ultimately, I think the guy that came up the middle got him, but it was all over the place.
I think it was that end against a familiar name of ours, Orlando Brown Jr.
He's got his stuff to worry about right now, too.
He's sued by his ex.
Yeah. I mean, you hate to see that. There was something else I read about Orlando Brown, too, yesterday.
Lost his foxtail.
No, that wasn't it. I forget what it was. There was something else that I read about him. I think I actually retweeted it. Maybe it was just a bad play in practice or something like, oh, no, it was people complaining about Orlando Brown. The team is starting to get upset with Orlando Brown, I think is what it is at that left side of that line. But, I mean, that was just a jailbreak on Joe Burrow there on the first play of the game. I will say, bouncing around a little bit, I did get to see the touchdown pass that Fernando Mendoza threw. It's a pretty nice pass. I'm not going to lie. Nice pass. Not taking anything away from preseason. But it was a sick pass, man. It really was. I was like,
somebody in Indiana's wearing his number?
What? No, you don't think so?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Won the Heisman and National Championship, already wearing his number.
No
in
way.
Yeah.
Oh, he's called Jaden. Let him get over there and figure that out for Fernando. Let him fight that battle for him.
But no, Netflix last night, Field of Dreams game. Mac, I don't know if you tuned in or not. If not, no big deal. No, baseball's not number one. Football's in full swing. That's where you get your I know that I'm hard.
I know that I'm hard.
Better believe it. But somebody asked, how are you guys watching these preseason games? Well, one was on NFL Network last night, and then if you had NFL Plus, you could have watched it that way. But I did watch a little bit of the start of the Pittsburgh and Green Bay game. It was nice to see that. Jordan Love did play for the Packers. In fact, all their starters played except for their running back, which we'll figure out if he's going to be suspended or not later on in this year, along with Puka Nacua. We'll get into that as well. But no, Field of Dreams great. They came out of the cornfields. All the Hall of Famers came out. Still got the mustache.
Riley fingers.
Riley's still
good.
rocking that handlebar curled mustache.
Yep.
Roger Clemens looks the same as he did when he was pitching for Houston. A little thick, but still got it. Jim Thome was out there, and it was so fun to watch these guys who are in their 50s come out of the cornfields with cell phones. Like capturing the moment themselves.
Thome was the best with the cell phone, man. That was awesome.
Look just like your dad at a concert that's going to see the band for the first time that he's never seen live and pulls out his cell phone to get all the memories.
Yeah.
Great game. Kyle Schwarber starts the game off, hits a home run in the cornfields. And it's just awesome to watch a home run in the sky and then just completely dissipate into the corn stalks. Bryce Harper really fit the moment, too. Had a corncob bat, socks.
That was cool,
everything. Told the pregame interview lady, I don't know if this bat's legal, but I'm using it. Nobody cared. That's fine. But yeah, he had like corn shoes, corn shin guard, corn armbands, corn cob bat. That game, Twins and Phillies, 7-1 final, I believe, as Philadelphia would win that game. And Kyle Schwarber would hit 2 home runs because there's not a ballpark that can hold Kyle Schwarber. 37 home runs for Mr. Schwarber. Hitting leadoff for that Philadelphia team. That Philadelphia team could be scary.
They really can be, man. They're like 15 games over 500 since Don Mattingly took over, and they're wanting to run Don Mattingly out of town.
Yeah.
Philly's not happy with anything. Good luck, LeBron.
Well, they're going to be on TV a lot.
34 times.
As they should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they'll be happy with LeBron.
Okay. Philly's never happy with anything, though. I mean, so I am. I'm anxious to see that dynamic. I think it's going to be spectacular.
It'll be great.
To watch that LeBron dynamic with the Philadelphia fan. But I thought Field of Dreams, man, they hit a home run last night, no pun intended, with that game. It's going to be great to see the Royals up there next year participating in that. So I'm excited about that for a lot of fans. If you want to go up next year, right around this time, the Royals, I think the Red Sox is who it's going to be. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember who it was. But it'll be great to see the Royals up there next year. And it's kind of a bucket list trip for, I think, a lot of people. And it's funny you mentioned the 50-year-old Hall of Famers with the things. The other older Hall of Famers, no phones. No. LaRussa, Torrey, Raleigh Finger, none of those guys had their phones. But all the guys closer to our age are coming out with it. They want to keep that moment because that's something special, man. It really is.
Somebody says, this sounds corny, no pun intended, but I teared up during the pregame.
I did too.
We just went to Dyersville this summer and it added to it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just one of those things that, like, I couldn't get enough of the above-the-field shots, right? Like, they wove into the corn maze, Twins versus Phillies.
Yeah.
You could see, like, everybody else on, like, the tourist attraction field, and then it looks like, you know, what you see at a tee box going down to the fairway. You see, like, the path that leads you right into the Field of Dreams going right into there. So that was kind of crazy. But, yeah, I thought this was interesting from this texter. when Arise tried to challenge a strike call, it wasn't allowed because the Field of Dreams didn't have the technology.
Video board.
Yeah, so you couldn't do it. The umpire's like, hell yeah, man.
But I'll be honest with you, in a situation like that, though, I know it was a 7-1 final, but if you're not going to play by the rules, that should be an exhibition game then in a situation like
that's
that.
Weird.
Like that, I got to be honest with you, I'm not 100% on board with having a regular season game involving two teams that are competing for the playoffs as well. What if a game came down to something like that and a rule that you've played with all year long, now because you're doing a one-off, which I'm all for, you don't have that technology in place. That, like, what if the NFL scheduled one of these games in Europe and they go, well, we have no instant replay today? Like, I don't know about that, man. Like, if you're going to challenge in that type of situation, send that back to New York as well and let them do that. We don't necessarily need to see the board there in public, maybe, and there's got to be a better way to go about doing that to have fairness. I mean, that's essentially what it is. That's a regular season game for two teams in the playoffs. Both need that win last night. Now, again, 7-1 final, but still, I don't like the fact that you're changing. What do you guys think about that?
I think it's very ironic for baseball.
Yeah.
So anal about everything.
Yeah.
And then regular season, we'll just change the rules.
For this game, we're just going to make it up as we go.
Yeah.
We really want baseball to grow. We want to show what it looked like in the past. With the modern technology, we're not going to have that. But they have the pitch clock, which is interesting. So,
yeah, that's probably easier.
That's easy to install. You just buy a clock,
thing, a countdown clock.
Right.
But yeah, that was kind of interesting because I did watch the whole game, and it was kind of a blowout, but it was still just like, I didn't want it to end, is basically where I was at. But your good old buddy Jim. I don't know, Jim. Going to see my grandparents, Jim.
Jim.
What's cooking in Jim's brain?
Hey, so we're having lunch yesterday, and he's 75. He beat the hell out of all of us in one swing. No, we didn't. We talked about it, and we both said not going to get the salad.
Mac had a salad last night.
You did have a salad last night. Good for you.
Yeah, I just haven't stopped.
Yeah, well, good for you. I mean, you got better guts than I do, man. Have you salad?
I don't know
yet?
about that.
Yeah.
I was just saying that you want to talk about irony?
Yeah.
The guy with a gut lord problem, and yet he's like, salad, bring it on.
Yeah. Have you salad yet? No. Okay.
No chance. Closest I got to was like a cabbage slaw on top of a shrimp taco at 3rd Street Social.
Yeah,
that's the closest I've got.
And I'm looking at all these sandwiches and wraps, and they all contain lettuce, and I'm like, God, okay, no lettuce.
I wanted to get a Caesar wrap last night from Longboards. Couldn't. Got the 619.
The recalled products had the best by date of August 3rd. We're August 14th now. I think you're getting there, guys.
I don't know.
We're good.
I don't know.
There's light at the end of the poo tunnel.
Yeah, I think you're good
I don't
to go.
know who I'm going to look to for the all clear on this one, to be honest with you.
Well, this is your best friend AI.
Yeah. Are they saying it's okay to go out there? And I'm not trusting them on anything either, though. I mean, I'm not trusting anybody with that kind of stuff. You got to embrace AI. It really is. It's fun. But ultimately, so he says to me yesterday, we're having lunch, and he's like, he goes, I really think the Chiefs are on house money in this opener against Denver. I'm like, really? How do you figure? He goes, well, Denver has all the pressure. They're the defending champs. They're coming in. They're, I guess, for some people, expected to win the game. Some people expect the Chiefs, to win that game. But if Denver gets beat in that game on opening night at Arrowhead Stadium by the Chiefs, and when they win that game, Denver's playing from behind all season long now against the Chiefs. And so I don't necessarily consider it, quote unquote, house money for the Chiefs. I consider it an opportunity to get ahead on your first hand of the day when you sit down in Vegas. And you roll into Vegas, and it's not house money that you're rolling in with. It's your bankroll that you brought from home, and you put down a big bet on that first hand of blackjack, and you hit it, and you get that first hand. That's what that is for me. This is an opportunity to start playing from ahead in a big way and having a big win on your first hand of blackjack when you roll into the casino. That's how I look at it. Not house money for me, but more importantly, this is an opportunity to grow your bankroll right away.
Were the Chargers on house money when they won last year in week 1?
No.
Yeah, they didn't end up winning the division at all.
No.
I don't know if it's house money. I think it's a huge stepping stone. I think it's more important the Chiefs win than Denver wins. Mm-hmm. Now, people in Colorado might disagree. You come into week 1, Monday Night Football, and here come the Chiefs, and everybody doubts the Chiefs, and you beat the Chiefs, then that's a huge win for Denver, because I don't know what that would do to the Kansas City Chiefs fan base. I mean, I have an idea, but I think that if the Chiefs can go into Monday Night Football and with house money, as you say, I don't know if it's house money then, because I still think that in this division that people still don't like the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that think that, Mike McDaniel and the Chargers organization is going to change some things up. I think he's perfect for that. He's corny, so is Jim Harbaugh. He's an offensive guru. He's got a lot of weapons on that offense. Denver's coming back after winning the AFC West and going to the AFC Championship game in which they couldn't play their starting quarterback due to an ankle injury. Now he's coming back. I don't know if it's house money. I think it's a huge win.
Huge win for the Chiefs.
As we know, week 1 is kind of, I don't know if it's overrated or if it's overhyped because, I mean, the Raiders beat New England last year and New England went to the Super Bowl.
But for us, week 1 last year pretty much set the tone and told the entire story of the season. I mean, if you look at that week 1 game, that was a carbon copy of essentially what the season was, right? Couldn't get off the field at the end on 3rd down, couldn't make the big play when you needed it to, stupid injury to start the game. Like, all of those things were kind of a microcosm of everything for the season for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's really amazing when you look back at that first game and everything that was an issue in that first game never got fixed.
Mac, you don't think the Chiefs are targeted anymore as much? You think the sting is over?
That would be the question that I'd ask Jim is, does that mean the Chiefs don't have the target on their back anymore? Like they did, has it now transferred over to the Broncos?
Well, I think because they won the division, I think by default you give it to them. And I will say this, man, there's a lot of people out in Denver right now that are Bob Fescoes. They think this Denver Bronco team is a 17-0 football team, 35-0. And they really don't have much to really prove themselves on, right? They don't have enough of a body of work. They haven't earned necessarily the benefit of the doubt yet in all of that. The Chiefs had earned the benefit of the doubt when we're picking them to win 35-0 and go 17-0 on the season. They were winning games at an elaborate rate. Denver won a lot of games again last year, as we talked about with the Chiefs, those one-score games. Those things over the course of NFL time do even out. And so as bad as the Chiefs were last year, they're going to come back to the pack. As good as Denver was last year, they're probably going to come back to the pack as well. And so if that just happens, if just those two things happen, and you have a couple of more losses in one-score games for Denver and a couple of more one-score wins for the Chiefs, flips the entire division around.
Don't forget the Chiefs play Saturday at 3. You can hear the Chiefs on 96.5 The Fan, and the Royals will be on the AM 610. We'll be also reminding you over and over again, as we did yesterday on social media, where you can catch both of those games. Again, Saturday, Royals on 610 AM, Chiefs on 96.5 The Fan. Chiefs kick off Saturday at 3 o'clock. The NFL, again, continues tonight and into the weekend. But coming up, why the Kenneth Walker signing makes sense for the Chiefs, even though everybody else will say it doesn't. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Alohi Gilman, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends, over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control, we're out this week, and the lawn looks amazing. I love looking at that front lawn, and I never did before because it looked awful. It was terrible. It was a mess. It was just atrocious. And I said, I don't know what I'm going to do anymore. And we decided, you know what? We're going to call Aspen Lawn and Pest Control and let them take over this yard. And they did, and in minutes, it was changed from terrible to awesome. And now we've got a front yard that everybody looks at and everybody is jealous of. And I love that. It's awesome because the folks over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control know exactly what they're doing. They're college-educated professionals who study everything in Kansas City, from this hot weather we're having to the soil to the seeds, to make sure that everything is perfect when they get your yard going. And when they get your yard going, it goes great. And now we're able to enjoy it because we have the mosquito dome over our yard as well. Keeps out the pests, keeps out the mosquitoes, the fleas, the ticks, all of that stuff gone from our yard. So now it's safe for us and for our dog to sit outside as well. Aspen's going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Hi, I'm Tom Shane, third-generation owner at Shane Company. As a family jeweler for almost 100 years, we're known for doing right by our customers. Our legacy of integrity depends on it. We stand behind our engagement rings with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. We handpick the most beautiful diamonds, then negotiate for the best price. At Shane Company, we put you first because a friend always has your back. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
At Farmers, our honesty is contagious.
Wait, am I going to catch honesty?
Well, when you're with Farmers, it's kind of inevitable.
Well, how long does it take to... I lied to you when you asked if I knew what a deductible was. I don't know my dad's birthday, and I thought umbrella policies were for rainstorms. Actual rainstorms. I have it, don't I?
you don't just have honesty.
You have Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Learn more at farmers.com. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or Affiliate. Products not available in every state.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and you know baseball's back. BetMGM, the official partner of Major League Baseball, is bringing the high heat all season long. All season long, you can log into the BetMGM app and receive top-tier promos that put you in the batter's box and up the excitement for America's pastime. Step up to the plate all season with Swing for the Fences, the free-to-play game where every swing could score you rewards. We're talking parlay boost tokens, odds boost tokens, same-game parlay boosts, and even bonus spins all season long. And the action doesn't stop there. Get more out of every at-bat and every inning with MLB same-game parlay boosts. Stack your picks and boost your potential payout. Plus, lock in bigger value with MLB odds boost tokens and MLB parlay boost tokens all season long. More boosts, more swings, more chances to win. Download the BetMGM app and step up to the plate today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. Existing customer offers subject to eligibility requirements. Please gamble responsibly.
Summer in Kansas City just got hotter. Tim McGraw, the Pawn Shop Guitar Tour. Get lost in the songs you love to sing. Tim McGraw. Morton Amphitheater, Friday, August 21st.
I went skydiving.
Get ready for a summer show you don't want to miss. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Back to school is here, and your life just got busy. Skip one stop on your to-do list with Hy-Vee online shopping. Order groceries on the Hy-Vee app or at Hy-Vee.com. Choose pickup or delivery, and let us do the shopping for you. One less errand, one more win for busy families. And don't forget, Hy-Vee Perks helps you save even more with Fuel Saver rewards and exclusive deals. Back to school made easier, only at Hy-Vee.
There's nothing like Chiefs game day, and whether you're hosting a crowd or keeping it low-key, you gotta be ready. Get everything you need for game day in one easy stop at Hy-Vee. Grab ribs, wings, party trays, dips, and those amazing Chiefs-themed cookies and cakes. Plus a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. They even have official Chiefs gear in every size and style for the whole family, so you're repping red on game day. Order online for pickup or delivery and let Hy-Vee do the shopping. It's a total game changer. Elevate your Chiefs game day only at Hy-Vee.
Chiefs coverage is brought to you by New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola.
Spring hail means big savings at New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola. Save up to $15,000 on hail damage new and used vehicles, plus all factory incentives. But this hail of a sale won't last long. New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola. You always pay less in Paola.
What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? It's Creed Humphrey, and I'm here to tell you the best movie of all time is Tombstone.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
East side 70 westbound heavy from Van Brunt over towards 27th with an accident with the right lane getting by. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Happy Friday morning, Kansas City, as we roll along on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports, your home for Mac Morey, Bob Fescoe, and Dusty Likens, as we give you Fescoe and Dusty every day, Monday through Friday. It's Fanatics Friday today, too. So be
listening at 9:20, yep.
You'll hear that voice give you a chance at some stuff.
Some Fanatics Cash coming up at 9:20, 3 hours from now.
You'll be here. We know you will. You got to give credit where credit's due. As Mac puts in a little bit of a nugget here in our rundown. You like sports equinoxes? Well, put your calendar. Bob says 3 hours from now. Well, about 3 months from now, October 26, 2026, you will get your sports equinox. So for all of you out there that are like me and look for all the moon phases and the crazy stuff up in the sky, and then you share it, 3 months in advance, and then the day that it happens, like there was an eclipse the other day. Obviously, we didn't get to see it.
No, we got
in this
nothing.
part of the country. But October 26th, the NFL, Philadelphia and Dallas will play.
Mm-hmm.
Game 3 of the World Series will be happening. There will be 3 NHL games. Let's see if I can get all 3.
9.
Oh, 9 games.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 9 NBA games.
Oh, I said NHL.
Yeah, but I thought you were going to count basketball.
No, I was saying if I could name these teams in hockey. So a lot
They
of
have
them
their names all right there.
Not all of them. I don't know one of them. I know that it is the Los Angeles Kings versus New York Rangers, the Detroit Red Wings versus the Oilers. And where do they play at? The Oilers?
Edmonton.
Okay. And then the other one is the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Flaming Seas.
Calgary Flames.
Got it. There we go. Yep, I need to pick up on my hockey knowledge. And then there's 9 NBA games. So you get the NFL, the MLB, not the MLB, MLB, NHL, and NBA all in one day on October 26th.
Yeah.
What day is October 26th?
It's got to be a Thursday.
It has
to be
Thursday night
because
football.
Thursday night football, right?
World Series,
World
yep.
Series Game 3 because
That's
the World
division
Series
game
usually
2.
starts in the middle of the week. And
Aren't
so
there mostly divisional games on Thursday night football?
It's a Monday.
It's a Monday. Oh, really? Okay.
It's a Monday.
All right. Oh, wow. A Monday night. Okay.
Monday
That's
night.
interesting. Monday night. That's a big Monday night then.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Get all that Sunday action, and then you're like, well, today was awesome. Can't get any better than this. But wait, there's more.
How big of a difference will the Monday night football game be from a rating standpoint to Game 3 of the World Series?
Pretty massive since it's Dallas.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's Dallas at Philly against
now-
Game 3 of the World Series.
Depends on who's in the
if it's
World
the Yankees
Series.
and the Dodgers, I'd be interested to see.
Yeah, I would be too. I think that's the only thing that could potentially challenge the NFL. And even the Yankees and Dodgers. I don't know if the Yankees and Dodgers of Game 3 of the World Series even gets close to what the NFL is doing right now. It's just a massive number that this league puts up. And I don't think you should be striving to try to get a number like the NFL. I think you should be striving to get the best number possible and make sure that night Major League Baseball has the second most eyeballs on the TV and you're not losing to the NBA or the NHL that night.
Let me ask you a follow-up question. What do you think the Field of Dreams game did last night opposed to the NFL preseason?
Well, it's going to be hard to judge the NFL preseason because they were all local games, and so you're not going to have a big national number. So you're dealing local versus national. So I don't think there's really much of a competition on that.
Because NFL Network had Pittsburgh and Green Bay.
Yeah,
pretty big markets.
Yeah, well,
for
Green
football.
Bay's. Yeah, I don't think it's going to come close.
Okay.
I don't think we'll even have numbers for the NFL preseason because it's cable, it's NFL Network, it's all over the place.
We had one for the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah, but that was on big NBC,
Yeah.
and it was right there. Everybody saw it, that type of thing. But I think the Field of Dreams game, if I'm a betting man, I'm going to guess around 2.5 million people watched that game last night.
Thing. Yeah.
2.5 million people watched that game last night. Now, if that was head-to-head, if there was an NFL game on Big Fox or something like that, I would imagine more people would have watched, that football game than maybe the Netflix game because it's football and it's one game. It's a standalone game. But, I was flipping around last night through all of these games. Like I sent you, Dusty, I think the picture of the Houston game last night, it came nobody in the crowd last night.
Yeah, that was funny.
And then the game starts. I'm like, I don't even know who these players are. Bounce out of that one. So there was really not a lot to come to the table for last night in these preseason games because nobody was playing. So I think the Field of Dreams game was probably the most watched thing on television last night. I hope so. It was such a great event. It was well done,
Yeah, I would assume it was.
Yeah, and really with these preseason
Felt like there was
games,
a lot on the table, though. I would disagree. There was a lot of new players. Jeremiah Love, man, woo!
Yeah, but it's
wow.
It's preseason
With
football.
no line.
He looks like Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Okay. All right.
No. They posted a clip of him. Who does this look like? And I watched it and immediately. Everyone. You can go watch the clip. It's on my Twitter page. You will say the exact same thing, guys. It's not saying he's going to be Adrian Peterson. You watch this guy run. You watch him move. You're like, that's AD.
Yeah. Well, I'll look at what Chris Jones said yesterday too about preseason football, and they said, "Are you going to play?" He goes, "I don't want to play." They're like, "Why?" He goes, "I want to go against ones." And so you're watching some ones, like think Jeremiah Love probably go against a lot of twos. I take nothing away. Now, the pass from Fernando Mendoza, you can take something from because that was just a dime. That was a beautiful pass that he threw. But, these preseason games, man, I know everybody wants to get excited about it. It is absolutely meaningless. Look at preseason baseball, preseason basketball. We kind of fall for it every year that we're going to take something away from this, and we really don't. So I think it's really hard to gauge yesterday. I think baseball should have slobber-knockered the NFL yesterday based on where they were with 300. Like people were complaining yesterday about, this game is getting buried on a streaming service. There are 325 million people worldwide who have Netflix. ESPN's in approximately 60 million U.S. households. So they were not burying that thing on Netflix last night. Netflix has the game because baseball's actually smart with all of this. And I had this experience when we went to Europe a couple of years ago. There's not a lot of streaming services that work in other parts of the world. Netflix happens to be one of them. And so Major League Baseball got in bed with a worldwide distributor for their
like
big
Dustin
kind
over
of, tentpole events. And people were complaining about that yesterday. Netflix is in 10 times more homes, 5 times more homes than what ESPN is in right now.
So I want to go back. You said this yesterday and you said it again today. It's not me being angry at you, but preseason is not meaningless. The outcome is meaningless. Yesterday's impactful for Jeremiah Love.
For some of those guys,
he's got to get out there, the rhythm of the NFL. Even though they're number twos, we know.
Which against the Raiders they probably weren't.
And who knows what a number one
and
is.
Could we even tell who's a number 2 or 1 for the Raiders?
Yes. Right. So where it's meaningful is the speed of the game, because I think one thing that we always hear rookies talk about is how much faster the NFL is, right? Like how much you have to get equipped to the speed of the game. There's guys here that they might be the number 2s, but they could have been starters at Oregon. They could have been starters at Ole Miss. They could have been starters at LSU, but they've got to, work their way up. Like Peter Woods would be considered a number 2, right? As of right now, even though Tyrann Mathieu's calling him a small Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like, it's not.
Hang on one second there. Did Tyrann just love everybody at Chiefs camp? He says Shamari Connor's a Hall of Famer basically yesterday.
Well, we got to relax.
That's why I'm asking, because I love Tyrann to death.
BBL stinky.
But he said, his review of Shamari Connor yesterday that I saw was insane.
That's crazy.
So that's why I'm asking, does he fall in love with everybody up there at training camp?
He went one day. And
That's why he came back. Everybody's going to Canton, man.
But I don't know. Ball knows ball, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. He said Shamari Connor. I'm going to take his word for it.
Now, look, I don't know about the Connor thing. Now, I would be ecstatic if Peter Woods is anything that resembles Aaron Donald. Now, he does wear the same number, plays the same position. We know that we've heard from Peter Woods that he's strong, athletic, freakishly, quick with his hands inside and all that sort of stuff. But, I don't know. I think that when it comes to preseason, the outcome, yes, is meaningless. I could care less if you win or lose, right? You could lose 36-10. But if I watch the game and I can see that Peter Woods is absolutely destroying the number 2s, that's meaningful to me because that means that ain't where he belongs. Yeah. He belongs to go up against number 1s. I go back to the Caglione stuff all the time. In AA, okay, he's only had 49 at-bats, but he's hit 7 home runs. He's not learning anything here. He's better than the competition he's playing against. Okay, moving up to AAA. A little bit of a slow start. Then all of a sudden, the balls start just hitting over the fence in other buildings. And it's okay, he's got to come to the pros. And then you saw this guy who was dominant in minor league come to the pros. And it's man, they're making him look like a first-year player. And now we've seen what Cags can do now. He's kind of started to hit that superstar stride that he's in. And on a potential chase to 30 home runs for the Kansas City Royals. Lead the team in home runs in his first full year as a starter. So you're seeing how quick the game is when you get to that level, as opposed to it takes time to slow it down.
Yeah, and I say meaningless because we're talking about TV ratings. People are going to tune in for a meaningless preseason game for 5 minutes. They're going to see a couple people they know, and they're going to bounce. I don't think the preseason games have the people hanging on for a long period of time. And they are meaningless games compared to a meaningful baseball game last night, right? That game mattered last night. Yes, the preseason games may matter for some of the players and teams. For me as a fan, if I'm sitting down and I'm trying to decide what I'm going to watch, a baseball game that counts or a meaningless football game, I'll watch a little bit of the meaningless football game, but I'm going to go try to watch more of that baseball game. And that's kind of how I found myself last night flipping around, going through all this stuff, because at the end of the day, by the time the first quarter ends, I don't give a rip about any of those people that are playing in the game. And for them, that's great. But for me as a fan, as a consumer, yeah, it's meaningless for me.
For the Chiefs, there's some people that would say maybe they overpaid for Ken Walker. Maybe it's an overrated signing. Maybe it's underrated. Maybe it's perfectly rated. I want to give credit to the analogy that Nick Wright gave yesterday that he and Kevin Wildes were talking about on First Things First. And that was, Nick was like, I'm a cyclist, Kevin Wildes is a cyclist. But when I ride my bike, it's inside on like those, those video screens or whatever, the virtual bikes. And Wildes is riding his bike outside on the streets. They both don't need a helmet. They could both get a helmet for their bike, but it wouldn't mean as much for, as Nick said, for him as it would for Kevin Wildes because he's going to be outside on actual pavement and stuff like that. Ken Walker, the analogy they use, doesn't make sense for a lot of teams to spend that much money on a running back. But the Chiefs need a running back, and they needed a running game. So to piggyback off that conversation, I think Ken Walker will be impactful for this team and was a sign of necessity because they thought they were going to get that in Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the first-round pick. We saw a little glimpse of it, and then it dissipated very quickly.
Fast.
Isaiah Pacheco had, 800 rushing yards in 22, and then in 23, or was it 23, he had 800 and some yards rushing, and then snaps his leg, never the same. They had Kareem Hunt in 6 games with Patrick Mahomes, off to a great start, thought that was going to be the guy. Now they have Ken Walker, who, yes, he's not a top 10 running back in football. I think that's fair. I think he's 11 or 12. There's just so much damn talent in running backs, right? You could just start ripping names off and be like, okay, yeah, Derrick Henry. I've already said there that I'm done doubting that dude. That guy's Father Time doesn't exist in that guy's world.
It really doesn't. I've never seen it. Like, he has beat Father Time, right? Yeah.
1,500 yards last year. He's like, 37?
I mean,
he's not old.
I'm going to start taking those anti-aging drugs here real quick. But, I mean, he looks like that guy, Father Time, is, not interested in Derrick Henry because Father Time knows Derrick Henry's going to kick his ass.
Yeah, Father Time paused.
Yeah, Father Time's like, here I am, Derrick Henry's like, get the F out of my way.
Yeah, 30 doesn't mean anything to Derrick Henry. But when you look at what the Chiefs need, the Chiefs don't necessarily need a 1,500-yard rusher. That's not why Ken Walker's here. But you look at what they did. They brought in DeMarco Murray and Eric Bieniemy and Ken Walker. They need just the belief that they are going to run the ball because all they did last year, defensive-wise, against Kansas City Chiefs was sit back and make Patrick Mahomes just throw it underneath. And if there was a big play, then so be it. You lose Xavier Worthy, the guy that can run underneath and make one missed tackle into a house call. You didn't have Rashee Rice for the first 6 games of the season, and teams knew that, and they still just could not run the ball because they didn't have an effective runner back there that can do what Ken Walker can do. And we all go back to the video that we saw last year when they ran the RPO against Denver, and as soon as they snapped the ball, Denver just went back. And I think that's a good reference because of how good Denver's defense is and knowing that they know you're not going to do what you're showing them they're going to do. Ken Walker takes that away and lets you believe, if Andy will stick to that, which is another big step this season, that you have to at least respect it. And he doesn't have to be the 5th best running back in the league. Hell, he doesn't have to be the 9th best running back in the league, but he has to be a respectful weapon. And I think that's something that can get this offense maybe back to where it needs to be because people say the deep ball is not there for Patrick Mahomes. Well, they don't want it. They're not letting him throw the deep ball. Why would it be?
They're not letting him, yeah.
So I think it is an impactful signing that Kenneth Walker is with the Chiefs because of the respect that maybe he gives this offense that you then have to be like, okay, they actually might run the ball. And if they do, we can't drop back because if he gets 2 yards and gets in that secondary, he can take it to the house.
Well, I think right now, as you look at what's gone on with this team since the Andy Reid era has started, the most impactful free agent they've signed has been Tyrann Mathieu. And I think right now K9 has the opportunity to be that Tyrann Mathieu addition on the offensive side of things for the Kansas City Chiefs. He can bring in that piss and vinegar that they were lacking on offense last year, which is what Tyrann did on defense the year prior. He brings that dynamic ability to run the football, which they didn't have, which Tyrann Mathieu brought that they didn't have on that defensive side. And I haven't seen the stars this excited about a player, too. I mean, Patrick Mahomes can't even find the right words to describe K9. You saw with Travis Kelce how excited he was to have K9 on this team right now. And so you're seeing the stars, the guys that have been around, show legit excitement for this team. And so that's why it kind of reminds me of the Tyrann Mathieu signing. He was the perfect guy at the perfect time for the perfect team that needed that guy to come in. Like, there wasn't a more perfect player for this team at that time than what Tyrann Mathieu was for the Kansas City Chiefs, both on the field, off the field, everything in between. He has been the most dynamic free agent signing and most important free agent signing of the Andy Reid era. But to K9, if he produces the way that he can and they bring that kind of that piss and vinegar back to the offense, he will take the place of Tyrann Mathieu as the number one free agent in the Andy Reid era. And I do believe he has the opportunity to have that same kind of impact that Tyrann had when he came in 2019. He was the missing piece of that defense. We needed that safety. We needed that leader. We needed that guy back there. And he came in and boy, was he the perfect fit. I'm hoping K9 is that version on the offense for the Chiefs, because if he is, look out, baby. Dynasty 2.0. Screw you, ESPN.
Yeah, it's kind of similar because of, who Tyrann Mathieu was replacing, Ron Parker and Eric Murray, right? And I mean,
Eric Berry
played 2 games.
Yeah,
he played 2 games. But yeah. So, but either way, I mean, Ken Walker replacing a perpetually hurt Isaiah Pacheco and a Kareem Hunt off the couch, who barely combined for over 1,000 yards. Not only is that going to help this offense, it's going to alleviate Patrick Mahomes. We remember the first 8 weeks of the season, he was second or third of quarterbacks rushing. He was a top 5 or top 6 rushing quarterback last season.
Yeah.
Wasn't he leading the team in rushing the first 4 weeks?
Yes.
Yeah,
first month of the season led the team in rushing because he had to. So, yeah, this is just going to have a massive effect, whether he's the 13th best running back or the 9th, whatever it is. If he's got 1,000 yards, which he's going to on this team as long as he stays healthy, it's going to be a massive difference.
Injury aside, right? As long as he's healthy, I think it is. I think it's a massive addition for this team. I just don't think we realize how big an addition this is going to be, because I think it does. It brings some swagger back to this offense, man.
Yep.
It gives these guys confidence. It gives these guys it gives these guys like, all right, man, I feel good. We got something now. We're legit. I think it adds legitimacy back to this offense. Just like Tyrann added the legitimacy to the defense.
You guys like Bucky Brooks?
Yeah, I do. I usually like Bucky, yeah.
This is a quote from Bucky Brooks on the addition of Ken Walker. The lack of an efficient and explosive running game allowed defenses to sit in various too-high shells to take away the deep ball and force the 2-time MVP into a dink-and-dunk game that featured a few big plays.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it was last year. I mean, that's what we said. We told everybody this at the middle part of last year, and then the Denver game solidified it for everybody. They weren't confusing anybody because they didn't have the weapons. Even if they wanted to run the ball, people were going, okay, Isaiah Pacheco is just going to run into Trey Smith.
Yeah, which is why I have no worries about Andy Reid and running the football. I don't criticize him at all for that aspect of the offense last year. He did not have a choice.
They didn't have the horses. No. They just didn't have the guys. And that's a collective fail from Brett to Andy to everybody involved that they misread that position or thought about that position, however you want to, got cocky, whatever it was, or you get caught up in your own stuff. You read your own press clippings after a while, and then you get your comeuppance and you change. And that's what they've done. And that's why I'm excited for this season, because Andy does change. That's like a big misnomer that he doesn't. Andy's evolved a lot as a head coach, and I think he's going to evolve again now that he has Ken Walker. How could you not want to use that guy?
Coming up on the other side, we give out some high fours to the show here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Ken Walker III, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens, and how many times have you failed? It's okay to admit it, multiple times. I fail daily. But don't fail in the bedroom, because performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED get in the way. The truth is, most men don't have to live with it anymore, and you may be surprised by how the right treatment can improve your love life. Heartland Men's Health uses advanced medical science to empower male performance with therapies that go far beyond the pills. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men in the Kansas City area, so call them today and find out why their advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you are like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas; Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit; and in North Kansas City. So call them today. Tell them Dusty Likens told you to at 844-447-6600, or visit them at heartlandmenshealth.com.
FanDuel is giving new customers up to $1,000 in bet resets. Bet $5 daily and unlock $200 in bet resets every day. That's right. New customers can place a $5 bet each day and receive up to $200 in bet resets, up to $1,000 in total. So whether you're betting money lines, player props, or same-game parlays, remember that FanDuel has you covered. Place your daily $5 bet and unlock up to $1,000 in bet reset. Summer is here, and that still means baseball season with our friends over at FanDuel. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. Remember, FanDuel is your place for home runs. FanDuel is an official partner of Major League Baseball and also 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Minimum $5 wager required for 5 consecutive days. Bonus issue is novel drawable bet reset tokens. Refund from tokens issued as novel drawable bonus bets, which expires 7 days after receipt. Max refund of $200 per day. Restrictions apply, including token expiration. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, this is Lauren. And a little thing I love about the hash brown scrambled burrito is that it's going to add the protein that you need. The eggs with those crispy nuggets. It's the ultimate combo.
Hi, this is Maya, and a little thing I love about the hash brown scrambled burrito is that it's packed with protein. Having Chick-fil-A chicken in a breakfast burrito is just phenomenal to me. You have the chicken, you have the eggs, and then you add these hash browns. It's just complete, honestly.
Order the Chick-fil-A hash brown scrambled burrito and Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where 24-pack Crayola crayons are just 50 cents?
Staples has folders, notebooks, and pens at great prices.
I'm smiling from ear to ear.
It's the most wonderful time.
Mom, I missed the bus of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples, where school supplies start at just 25 cents. Staples. That was easy. Visit your local Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
Hey, Kansas City, it's Bob Fescoe, and I'm here to tell you about the fantastic program called Blue KC Coaches with Character. Through this program, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City, the Royals and I are continuing to team up to honor local high school coaches who are making a difference in the Kansas City community. And the best part is you get to nominate them. This month's Blue KC Coaches with Character recipient is Piper High School cross-country and track coach Cassie Dolliner. A well-tenured coach with more than 2 decades of experience, Cassie has made positive and lasting impacts in the lives of those who have been part of her program. Her commitment and passion for teaching student athletes the necessary traits and characteristics to thrive in their everyday lives has been a key fixture in her coaching model and approach to each season. Her ability to connect with her student athletes and explain how to battle and overcome challenges, obstacles, and setbacks is a large reason why she's beloved in the local community. Cassie has built a sustainable program that emphasizes and prioritizes a strong culture. She believes in celebrating the successes of everyone while also taking the time to lift up and encourage those who are struggling. She describes her coaching style as relational, equipping, and ownership-driven. There's no such thing as going through the motions. Everything Cassie teaches and coaches has meaning and purpose. One of her goals is to ensure her student athletes understand why they're doing what they're doing. She views her role as a coach and mentor as something more than just a 4-year high school stepping stone. Cassie prides herself on equipping everyone in her program to remain active, train properly, set achievable goals, and adjust whenever life gets hard. If you know a high school coach who makes Kansas City a better place to live, work, and play, nominate them to be recognized for the Blue KC Coaches with Character program. Go online to www.bluekc.com/nominate coaches with character.
Life's better in a Ford. This traffic update is brought to you by Shawnee Mission Ford. Whether you're headed across town or across Kansas City, enjoy the drive. This traffic report is brought to you by Shawnee Mission Ford. Visit ShawneeMissionFord.com.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLInjuryLaw.com.
East side, 70 westbound recovering. Earlier accident at 27th has cleared to the shoulder. Things are still heavy around Van Brunt, but rapidly improving into there. Kansas side, 635 southbound, filling in, approaching I-35. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Coming up in about 15 minutes, a familiar voice the sideline reporter for the Kansas City Chiefs on the Kansas City Chiefs radio network, Josh Klingler, who used to sit in this very seat, will join our show at 7 o'clock.
I was stunned by the press release they put out about Kling the other day. They were releasing their broadcast. Do you know this is his 7th year already doing the sidelines for the Chiefs? I mean, that went by in a blink of an eye. Hell of a run, Josh. A couple of Super Bowls.
I mean,
what a time to get involved.
I mean, it was this day, what, almost 3 years ago that this show started?
2
years ago?
Yeah.
This is year 3?
Yeah.
Going into year 3.
Yeah, so so year 7 for Josh already. Year 7 for Danon as well, being on that broadcast.
Nice. Year 46 for Mitch Holthus.
Yeah. Denny's like, I got him by 30.
I still think we need to have Mitch Holthus and Denny Matthews call a football game. I would love that.
I bet you Denny would do it too. I guarantee you Denny would say, you know what? Yeah, I'll go over there and do a football game.
He does the play-by-play.
Yeah.
Mitch does the color?
No. Mitch does the play-by-play. Denny does the color. And then they flip and do baseball. Denny does the play-by-play, and Mitch does the color. We need to get a crossover going before we leave and go our separate ways here, right?
Caglione hits one into the sweet nectars of the fountains.
And
there's a drive by Mahomes. He finds an open man down the field. Chiefs win 14-7. This is kind of funny. If you're watching Hard Knocks, there was an impersonation. We did that yesterday with our friend Greg Cass on the show.
Yep.
And this was Sam Darnold mocking Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what Harbaugh was like in Michigan.
Such a character.
He's the best.
I got to see Jim a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach. I don't know if I've actually met you. Talked to you on the phone.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Sam. Hey.
And he goes,
Yeah. Oh,
he
a
goes,
lot of respect. Looking good.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Basically told him how good I thought Derwin James was, and then that was it.
He goes, oh, yeah, Derwin. Great player. Love him. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Derwin.
Keep the mouth open.
Keep the mouth open. Well, he looks like he's catching flies all the time, right?
Yeah.
Like he's got the sunglasses on and he's got his mouth open.
The highlighter next to the whistle.
Yeah.
It's 2 day.
Hey,
you look good.
Yeah. Hey, look great, man. Hey, Derwin James. Yeah. Like him.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
If birds had arms, then worms would have machine guns.
If worms had machine guns, then birds wouldn't be scared of them.
That's
right.
right.
Looking great, Worm. So yesterday, the saga of Jaden Daniels continued, as we kind of talked about in the morning show yesterday, and then as the day progressed, as if it could get any worse for the young man, he went out to say, I've been locked in on training camp, and that's been my number one focus. Lies. I have a lot of gratitude for my time at LSU, and I'm proud of what my teammates and I have accomplished there. Obviously, there are issues to be worked out between my team and LSU, and my hopes is that it will get done privately. Pretty public right now. My sole personal focus is on Commanders football. I realize the business of football is unique, and I trust this can all be resolved. Power Cat, and then a Commanders emoji. Matt Moscana, who is a host after further review, and he's locked on LSU, and he's a publisher and all this stuff with LouisianaSport.net, puts out a tweet yesterday. The LSU Jaden Daniels saga takes another strange turn. Sources confirm Daniels camp wants LSU to return its copy of the Heisman Trophy, something LSU has no intention of doing. Daniels contacted LSU leadership before fall camp. Lane Kiffin has personally spoken to Daniels.
What is going on with this guy? I mean, look, I'll tell you right now, hammer the under for Washington. This thing is going off the rails, and it's going off the rails
Mac
fast,
can tell you that since January of 25.
But I've been with Mac on this. I've never been in love with this team, and I've never seen anything spectacular out of them. And now you've got your quarterback who now he's become the national laughingstock, right? Like the WNBA is like, thank God for this guy for a couple of days. Get the attention off of us, because the attention is on him, and the memes and everything that was going on yesterday. It's 4 guys instead of 5 guys for Jaden Daniels.
Brock and Watson had to change their band name to the old number 4s.
I was going to say, like the Yankees have decided they are not going to have Joe DiMaggio's number 5 retired anymore. The Royals are not retiring George's number 5 anymore because of Jaden Daniels.
Jack Daniels has changed.
Jack Daniels changed.
It's now Jack Daniel.
Yeah. Jack Daniels.
4.
Yeah. Like it's the memes were fantastic, and somebody put one up yesterday too. The LSU football team, obviously fake, but they were all wearing number 5 on the field yesterday. I thought that was great. This guy deserves every bit of crap that he gets for this situation, right? I mean, I think you do something as stupid as egotistical, as ridiculous as what Jaden Daniels did, you deserve every bit of flack that is coming your way. You want them to give back their replica Heisman Trophy? Like, what kind of loser are you?
So I thought about this yesterday because this is why I love the demographic of our show, because I think sometimes, myself included, being 39, you being 49, Mac being 28 almost here in a couple of weeks, right? 28, right?
11 days.
11 days. And, sometimes Mac is, a reasonable voice for us who might get lost in the old man take. I don't really know what Daniels' end game was here, is where I kind of looked at all of this. Like, what is the end game? Like, to prove a point, to show that you win? Because the best guess that I have, and I don't know anything inside the circle of what's going on with this, but the best guess I have is that someone that he's close to gave him this idea, and now it's folded like a $2 tent. Sometimes it's okay to tell your friends no. And I also go back to, it's not really relevant to the situation except for telling people no, is that I remember when Patrick Mahomes came on the scene here and all these endorsements throughout the city and maybe nationally were like, we want Pat. Like, we want to gravitate towards that. This guy's the next face of the league. And Patrick Mahomes had to tell a lot of endorsers no. Like, I'm not interested in that right now. Right now, I just want to focus on my career and get things going. And then obviously the MVPs and the Super Bowl MVPs and the stardom took over. And you saw what his endorsements really were. Coors Light, Adidas, Oakley, BioSteel, all these things that were well-known big brands. He said no to maybe some little things. And maybe in this situation, it's okay for Jaden Daniels to be like, that's kind of a good idea, but I don't know what the end game would be for that other than like the possibility, because there's times when you have an idea in your head and you think to yourself, okay, what are the positives in this situation? In this situation, okay, maybe he's more glorified, maybe he's more respected, maybe he's more looked at as an iconic figure at LSU. What are the cons? Everything you're seeing right now.
There's really no pros to any of this, though, honestly. I mean, there's no pros to doing this if you're Jaden Daniels. You're not gaining anything out of this. You were out of school, you left, and you went on to the pros. Because you won a Heisman Trophy and you won a couple of games down there, doesn't mean now all of a sudden you're in control of the university and what they're going to do. Again, understand what university you were at. This wasn't Colorado and your dad retired your number and you did that kind of thing, which, again, I don't care. You do you. This is a university that has 4 and now finally will retire its 5th number this year for a quarterback that played in the AFL. They're not retiring numbers. They're not honoring a lot of people down there. And yes, winning the Heisman Trophy is special. Not as special as it used to be. Hate to break that to you. It's not what it used to be back, in the early days of the Heisman Trophy right now. And you did great down in college. You move on. I mean, that's just kind of how adulting works, right? You go to college, you do well, you move on to your adult life, you do well there, and you continue to move on. You don't have to go back and look for glory. Everybody knows you were a good quarterback. Everybody knows you went to LSU. This right now has taken Jaden Daniels from maybe somebody that people liked to people are looking at this guy going, are you even mature enough to play in the National Football League? Are you even mature enough to be an adult right now to do something like this? And this is where these guys have got to start using their brains and thinking, it's not the right thing to do. I don't need to go back to college and fight about my jersey because I'm not going to win that battle of public opinion. And in the court of public opinion, Jaden Daniels isn't a 5. He's a 0 right now.
Mac, are we too harsh?
No, I think it's just about what happens after this. I think if Jaden Daniels doesn't make any changes, then yeah, that's a problem. But I'm blaming his agency. I'm blaming his mother more than I'm blaming Jaden Daniels, which is still going to go back on Jaden Daniels. You're in charge of yourself. Right. You're a grown man. Right. Now, again, it's about what happens after this. He's probably didn't think this was going to become this. He probably didn't even think about it too hard. And his mom, in my opinion, was the one thinking about it way harder and said, we're going to do this. And he's like, yeah, sure, whatever. Didn't think about the repercussions. This could be a lesson learned, in my opinion. You did say something a little off topic. Heisman Trophy lost its luster?
Yeah, I just not for me. It's anymore. I don't even like. I remember as a kid,
most people would disagree
watching it all the time.
If Mendoza doesn't win it, is he number 1 pick?
Yeah, probably because he's a quarterback. Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah,
because he's a quarterback.
Yeah, because he's a quarterback. Yeah, like I just remember as a kid, like we would watch it again. It was different back then. I know that, but like I remember everybody gather around watching it, talking about it. You knew who the Heisman Trophy winners were. I just feel like I don't know. It just takes a back seat now. Just like everything, nothing's like it used to be. Nothing's as big and as powerful as it used to be when you only had 3 TV channels.
Which now we know why Mansour Delane was wearing the yellow jersey because they didn't know if he was going to be 5.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, right.
Even StubHub got in on the joke. Effective immediately, we will no longer offer tickets in groups of 5 out of respect of Jaden Daniels. We're only doing 4 or 6 plus. Thank you for your understanding. Coming up next, Josh Klingler. We'll talk to him on 96.5 The Fan. You're home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Saquon Thornton, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you, my friends over at Park and Go, that's where you want to go if you're parking your car at the airport. I was talking to my buddy Jim yesterday. He just got back from a trip. He goes, I love Park and Go. He goes, I do exactly what you say. Make my flight reservation, then I make my parking reservation. I go, yes, it's awesome. And he goes, and we were there the other day, and the van pulled up right away and took me right to the airport. It was perfect. I go, yeah, that's Park and Go. They're awesome. All covered parking and low rates when you prepay at bookparkandgo.com. That's why I always want you to prepay and make that reservation right after you make your flight reservation, because it's taken care of and there's nothing to worry about. And then you show up on the day of your flight, you park in that covered parking spot, the van meets you immediately and takes you right to the airport terminal. And when you get back after that long flight, just grab your bags and walk outside, jump on the bus, and it's right back to the trunk of your car. Park and Go has everything covered, including parking. So join their frequent parker program and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
Hi, this is Toby Tobin along with Jason Goodenkoff from Lewisburg Ford in Lewisburg, Kansas. Hi, Jason.
Hello, Toby.
Let's talk about the buying experience at Lewisburg Ford.
It's the best anywhere. Just ask all our customers, Toby. It is hands down the best experience you can have buying a new car. We have the no-hassle Toby Tobin price that we've had for 35 years now. Nobody else can say that. We've been saving Kansas City thousands and thousands of dollars for a lot of years.
I have been buying Ford cars and trucks from Lewisburg Ford for over 30 years. And I know personally this is the best place to buy a Ford car or truck. Great prices, but there's a whole lot more than that.
It doesn't just stop at price, Toby.
No.
There's other factors to this equation, and it's trade-in allowance, financing, and the experience of how knowledgeable the people are that you're dealing with. And we surpass everybody in all those areas. We always have. We always will. That's why calling us is important.
Do you have that new pickup?
Absolutely. And it's dynamite.
Okay. Lewisburg Ford is your best place to buy a Ford car or truck. What's your toll-free number?
816-444-2300.
Lewisburg Ford or LewisburgFord.com.
This is Danon Hughes. In Kansas City football, we honor tradition, but we always look forward to what's next. That's why I'm all in for Flight by Yuengling. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, but built for today. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp, clean, and full of flavor, just the way a light beer should be. It's got the legacy and the stats to back it up. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer and the official beer of Danon Hughes. B.G. Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
Chiefs training camp coverage sponsored by Border Magic, giving your landscape its winning edge. This football season, give your home a winning edge with Border Magic. Custom concrete landscape edging adds lasting beauty and unbeatable curb appeal. Choose from a variety of styles and colors, all backed by a 10-year warranty. SouthKC.BorderMagic.com.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLInjuryLaw.com.
Kansas side 70 westbound in Bonner Springs. You're forced to exit at 7 Highway because of an accident out of town heading westbound. Eastbound lanes also affected out there near 158th Street. Very slow eastbound heading into town. You can head up to 40 Highway as an alternate or down to K32. Back in town, 670 westbound still rolling from the 71 interchange over towards Broadway. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Cody and Gold are live from the practice field at Chiefs training camp this summer on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station. This is Fescoe and Dusty.
I got Mahomes' balls in my hands.
On your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, yeah, football.
From potholes to pop-ups, we got it covered.
Hey!
Here's Bob Fescoe.
Take a bite out of my ass.
And Dusty Likens.
Big nuts. The text line is on it on a Friday, so props to all of you. Congratulations. They asked from the 913. You guys now 96-point Jaden Daniels.
It's good. We're now 96.4 The Fan to honor Jaden.
Yep. You have to do now a high 4, or now it is the best 3 of Daniels.
96.4 The Fan.
We're now joined by Josh Klingler, the sideline reporter of the Kansas City Chiefs. Kling, did you have a good practice today with a 10-10-10?
Yeah, I still don't know what that means, nor do I care.
Do you want to know?
It's just no, not really.
Yeah,
not really.
He tried to tell me, and I said, no.
No. Bob and I have carried on this myth that, all the beat reporters always care when it's a 10-10-10 practice. And I'm like, I don't. It's just, what time's it over?
Yeah.
And am I going to see a little bit of 11 on 11? That's all I really care about.
10-10-10.
10-10-10. The interesting note Dusty just discovered, and I'm not kidding. I was stunned by that. It was invented by Andy Reid.
Oh, that sounds okay. All right.
Hey, what go?
I'm sure they do it a lot, and I'm sure it's effective. And it's it's one of the practices they have. But as long as they're getting their work done, that's all that I need to know.
Kling, I'm sure you miss the text line dearly, and I'm going to be the text line for you. It's 10-10-10, idiot. It's 10 offensive plays, 10 defensive plays, and 10 minutes of special teams work. Players wear helmets and shorts instead of full pads to rest their bodies while staying sharp mentally.
Never heard of him.
That guy's ready for a game.
That guy needs a game that counts now.
That guy's about to side himself. These people don't know what a 10-10-10
So,
practice is.
other than the the news that broke yesterday that Arby's is only allowing a 4 for 4. Kling, what do you think so far of this Kansas City Chiefs team? Do they still have that target?
I still think there's a lot of work in progress, but I think they've added some nice pieces. I think certainly defensively they're kind of intriguing with a lot of unknowns, but a lot of kind of youth inserted into the veteran core there. I think they've made some nice additions, but we'll have to see when, games are for real. Patrick's gonna be amazing because he's had a great camp. I know I don't need to see him at all in the preseason. He's taken a ton of reps during camp, and he has been just terrific. I can't even tell that he's injured. Granted, he's not taking a hit, but the arm's there, the command is there, the give me the next play look is there. He's been a lot of fun to watch, even though you're kind of like, okay, slow down. I don't know what the status is. But that's been cool to see. And then everybody's obviously raving about Kenneth Walker. Even Mahomes raving about Kenneth Walker, I thought was kind of what stood out to me, because he was asked about what's going to be different for this offense this year and what excites you. And he said number 9 with the big smile on his face. And I thought, well, okay, he's basically in the boat that everybody else was, where they just didn't have enough in the run game to support what they're going to do. And they think that Kenneth Walker can do a lot for them in this offense. So I think that that's probably the most exciting aspect of the offensive side of things is Mahomes' health and appearance of a guy that looks like he's very, very intent on playing opening day, and then the addition of Kenneth Walker and what that can mean to this offense.
Kling, I made the comparison earlier that the K9 addition is very reminiscent to me of adding Tyron and the right player at the right time for a team that needed him. Like we've talked over the years about how perfect the Tyron Matthew addition was. I kind of feel like we're trending that way with Kenneth Walker.
I mean, I certainly hope so. I still think it takes some adjustments on the offensive side of things to make sure that they take advantage a lot of Kenneth Walker, right? And they have to have the confidence in him that he's going to do a bunch of things too, or you don't go to the well as much. I think we've seen that enough with this offense that if you're not successful in the run game, it tends to be kind of shoot away. So I think a lot of it is on him to have an impact, I think, right away, early on in the season, so that they know that they can continue to go to him. And then, then we'll see what it opens up for the rest of the offense. But I think, they're really talking about it. They really think he's got a terrific skill set, catch the ball, obviously can break some runs. And I think that'll go a long way in determining what the identity of this offense will be eventually.
Clean, you sat in the seat that I currently sit in for many years, asking the Chiefs to run the ball. Is that fine? Here we are. Look at us. Who'd have thought? Not me. So do you believe that your wish will finally come true?
I mean, I think so. I think that they, I've heard enough about the skill set they think he has, that he can be a different type of counterpunch. I certainly think if you're looking to take a little bit of, I'm playing under the assumption that Patrick's starting on opening day, right? So if you want to take a little bit of the pressure off of him as well, to kind of, as much as you can, ease him back into things, I think it would be a smart investment as well to hand the ball off and work the offense a little bit more through the run game first. And then I think also, doesn't it, at least on paper, look like it fits this team a little bit better?
Yeah.
I still think there's plenty of unknowns at wide receiver, or I should say plenty of guys that need to prove it at wide receiver and pass catchers that it would be smart, I would think, to kind of begin the offense on the season with a little more heavy dose of number 9, and then kind of work everybody in from there. So, it'll be interesting to see how this offense ultimately ends up skewed, because yes, they're going to throw the ball, right?
Yep.
I'm not under the assumption that it's going to be a 60-40 run game ever. Okay. And not that I necessarily need to see that when you have Patrick Mahomes, but I think we can all see that last year the balance was really, really glaring, and the lack of it. So if they can get back to a little more of a balanced attack, keep people on their toes a little bit, run that screen game, because I think, that's something the offensive linemen have kind of come to life with during camp as well. You can't really see if it worked much, in these types of things. But, if they get back to a little more of the screen game, Walker seems to fit that mode, and so does this offensive line.
Where do you rank this offensive line right now? Not rank, but like how do you feel about this offensive line? Are you good and ready to go with these guys?
Well, I mean, what's the deal exactly with Trey?
Yeah.
They said it's not a big deal.
Right.
But when you see a specialist for a hip, I go, and then, you plugged a rookie in right away at right tackle, and then had to move him to the Trey Smith guard spot. So, a little bit unsettled. And then, Jalen Moore, you got him because you thought he could be a starter, and you paid him like a, high price kind of backup or emergency plan last year. So you need him to be what you thought he was when you were paying him the money. And then if you get Trey Smith back and healthy, I feel pretty good about this offensive line. If Trey Smith's out and you're having a rookie guard and Jalen Moore out on the right, I don't know. I feel like that's still a little bit unproven as well. So it remains to be seen, but I think the big key there is Trey Smith.
So, Kling, I am interested in this. It has nothing, I guess it has a little bit of something to do with the game. So you obviously do sideline reporting. Yesterday, I don't know if you're watching the videos of range bait, and we had the discussion earlier. Do you want the extreme heat or the extreme cold? Which one do you like more? Is, in your opinion, Saturday's game on that field is going to be hot, man. It's going to be probably 100 plus. Are you more into doing the games on the sideline when it's freezing cold, or when it's going to be hot like it is on Saturday?
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how to not be a drenched mess by the time that thing ends.
You will be.
Yeah, I know. I'm like trying to think, like, what do I have? What are the clothes that'll try to keep me the coolest? So I guess it's probably the cold days, because I mean that Dolphins game, that Dolphins playoff game, I was locked in. I was in one of the better headspaces I've ever been in, because everybody knew it was going to be so stinking cold. People were probably going to lose, digits. And I was like, nope, I'm going to be warm. I'm going to have my layers. I'm going to be great. And And, I can look back now and go, wasn't that bad?
Yeah.
Even though it was like super cold. I don't think you could do anything to avoid aside from being in the shade somehow, but it's 3:00 in the afternoon. So we're just going to cook on Saturday. It's going to be gross.
Could you imagine if you're on the sideline in the Borat swimsuit doing in-game interviews?
Do that, please. Just please do that. Just go down there and wear that and just walk around the field. Just do it as Borat. I mean, it'd be hysterical. So, honest to God, though, Josh, when you think about this, the game on Saturday is probably going to be close to 100 degrees warmer than it was on the field for that Dolphins game.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just insane. And then we were laughing yesterday amongst kind of the media, like LA is coming to town on Saturday and going, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, we're in LA all the time. This is impressive. Yeah,
it's stupid. So, at 3:00 in the afternoon, like who scheduled a 3:00 game in August?
Yeah, that sounds like a mess. But it's gonna be really, really hot, and certainly a test because you're not playing everybody. So there's gonna be a lot of guys that are trying to make this team that are gonna be probably super gassed because you're kind of throwing them out there as a test, right? Because you're not going to play a lot of people. I thought it was really telling early in the week when Andy Reid was asked about playing the Rams twice because he played them again in the regular season, and if that had any kind of impact. And he kind of looked and he said, "Well, they're not going to play anybody either." And so I thought, well, okay, the numbers for each squad are going to be kind of low, and so there's going to be some tired guys out there that are, again, these are the ones trying to probably battle and make the team. So they're going to have a lot to prove in some really, really trying conditions.
50 disc changer you always want.
Excuse me, 50 what?
50 disc.
Yes.
Yeah. Just throwing it back old school. Kling, we want to know if you still got it. Can you tease us for our next segment? We're talking about Dan Orlovsky's QB rankings on the other side.
Find out why one analyst thinks Patrick Mahomes is the 10th best quarterback in the league. I don't know, what number is he? It's probably something like that, right?
It's like not rated is what it is. But Kling,
what? What?
Hey,
Dan Orlovsky, ladies and gentlemen.
You think you're pissed?
I've done a fabulous job of tuning him out, but he's not even. Wait a minute. 15's not ranked.
Well, in certain categories, decision making, he's not ranked
as one of the top.
But
Oh.
So yeah, you got out there. You got out at the right time.
Yeah. All right.
Kling, we appreciate it. Hey, stay hydrated down there. Seriously. And then we'll talk
Bring
to you
a
throughout the
cold
season.
towel and a bottle of water.
And a mister.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't need a microphone. I just need a spritzer.
There you go. And maybe a cocktail. Kling, we love you, man. We'll talk to you throughout the season.
All right. Thanks.
And don't pass out because they'll just leave you there.
Speaking of which, you thought Kling said what? Wait till you see how pissed off Mac Morey can get on the other side before he gets into one word, because he's got many on Dan Orlovsky here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Jaden Candy, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Hey, the summer gets super hot, so now you need to get a Super Light. That's right. The team that brought you Surfside is back with something new. Meet Super Light, the new vodka plus aid canned cocktail. Super Light comes in 4 classic sports drinks flavors: fruit punch, orange, lemon lime, and blue chill. And ooh, that blue chill is money, baby. With just 90 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 bubbles, Super Light delivers a refreshing taste that's perfect for any occasion. From the golf course to the bar, at night, at the concert, a day at the ballpark, Super Light is here for the moment. Look for Super Light variety packs and individual flavors at stores and bars near you. You must be 21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, it's the Lawman giving you a couple updates. Just settled a case for $1.175 million on a commercial vehicle accident, $750,000 on a motorcycle accident, $557,500 on a premise liability case. Call the Lawman. If you've been charged with a felony DWI, call the Lawman. You only got a short window to get the admin filed in Missouri and in Kansas. Call me now.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It shouldn't be based solely on advertisement.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Sprained wrist, ankle twist, broken thumb can't make a fist, busted knee, surgery, that patch of ice you didn't see.
Where pain starts, Jernavix suzetrigine begins. Jernavix is a non-opioid 50 milligram prescription tablet for adults with moderate to severe acute pain that reduces pain signals before they reach the brain.
Tendon tear, nose repair, tripping on that broken stair, dislocation, operation, moped crash while on vacation.
Do not take Jernavix with CYP3A inhibitors. Avoid use with grapefruit or liver problems as these may increase side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medicines if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Jernavix may make certain medicines and birth control less effective. Side effects include itching, muscle spasms, rash, and elevated muscle enzymes.
Joint displacement, knee replacement, fell on marbles in the basement, ladder slip, broken hip, that rock climb where you lost your grip.
To learn more about Jernavix, ask your doctor. Call 1-833-589-PAIN or visit Jernavix.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more await you at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years guaranteed? Now through August 24th, new Xfinity customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, it keeps you protected from online threats. And get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Hey, Kansas City, it's Jaden Hicks, and the best man player on the team is me, of course.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Kansas side, Bonner Springs, 70 westbound shut down at 7 Highway. A forced exit there because of an accident out of town. Eastbound lanes near the accident, very heavy coming in from 158th Street heading into town. Otherwise, things moving pretty well all around the metro. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Alrighty. I've been ready for this since yesterday. We teased the hell out of this because Dan Orlovsky had his, his quarterback tier rankings. And obviously the first thing I thought of was McMurray. The guy's passionate about football. He's, he knows a little bit more than the two guys in here because he gets a little bit more, dives a little bit more into it. Dan Orlovsky, I would love to have a podcast with Mac just asking questions about where he comes up with these. Right?
My favorite part of this whole thing is when Spector walks in and goes, I agree with Dan Orlovsky. And then Mac
just
rage bait.
Just rage bait.
There was a time where Spector actually sat me down and goes, I can't handle your trolling anymore.
Who said that to who?
Steven said that to me years
Really?
ago. He goes, like when he was my producer, right? You should ask Kling, right?
That's great.
And because everything, you know who I am, right? And so he goes, I can't tell when you're serious. Enough's enough with. And now he's just picked up the ball and ran with it because he's got you.
He's doing
See,
it.
this is how it works, right? The older guy has fun with the younger brother, then the younger brother gets a younger brother, and now he picks on the younger brother. So there you are, Mac. So
this is who I am in every friend group, by the way. This is just the way this works for me.
He's going to push your buttons, and he's going to try to tweak you, and he's going to try to get you going, and I'm here for every minute of it.
So Orlovsky ranks all these on arm strength, ball placement, mechanics, decision-making, pocket presence, second reaction, and rushing ability. Arm strength, Patrick Mahomes comes in at fifth. Ball placement, Patrick Mahomes, not mentioned.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Okay, yeah, it's just not there. Mechanics, Patrick Mahomes, not mentioned.
I don't hate that one.
Decision making.
Really?
He's all over. He's an improviser, man. Like he's not your standard mechanical quarterback like a Peyton Manning or somebody like that is.
So Daniel Jones is third.
And that doesn't mean but mechanics doesn't mean you're good though. I mean, like I thought last night, honestly, watching a couple of plays, like I looked at Fernando Mendoza. I'm like, he's got pretty good mechanics and footwork out. That doesn't mean you're a good quarterback.
Decision making. Patrick Mahomes is ninth. Number one, Josh Allen.
That fumble he had in Denver didn't count.
Pocket presence, Mahomes not mentioned.
Well, he never does stay in the pocket.
Second reaction ability, Patrick Mahomes is third. Josh Allen, number one. Rushing ability, Patrick Mahomes is seventh.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's the list of everything. Decision making with the football, Patrick Mahomes being ninth. That's alarming to me.
Yeah, I need him to define some of these things for me and
Here
how he's
is.
ranking.
Yeah. Last year I put Allen at number 2 this list and said that his decision-making improved more than any other NFL quarterback improved in any trait. Well, he's moving up again. He makes good decisions both in and out of structure. He threw 10 interceptions and lost 3 fumbles last season, but his tape shows an ability to read the defense and avoid getting baited into trouble.
He does explain how he does this in the beginning part. If you read it, he says these lists are based on current performance and expectations for the 26th season. Clearly stated.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
But there's no real.
No, I need definitions of what is pocket presence.
I'm joking
what are mechanics?
when I say that because I was looking for how did you come up with these?
What are
Is it just a list you made up? Is it a list that you thought? I'm sure he put a lot of thought into it,
Of
right?
course.
We know who Dan Orlovsky is.
Yeah,
he's an overthinker. He really is. I mean, so he put a lot of thought and effort into it. And he says, and he does say at the beginning, I included only starters, and this is how I would rank the QB group at this moment. So I'm guessing he's basing it off a lot of what he saw last year. And we all know it wasn't the best year for Patrick Mahomes last year. And I'm actually kind of glad that he doesn't pop on a lot of these because it's just more fuel for that Patrick Mahomes fire. And so I'm actually loving now the kind of, kicking Patrick Mahomes kind of when he's down because there's a lot of people doing it. We've seen people kind of move on to Josh Allen now. He's the new hot girl in town, right? So everybody's kind of going over to Josh Allen. I think it's going to be a huge year for Patrick Mahomes because everybody is doubting him. But I also think this is one of his most important years from a perception standpoint because after the 2018 season, everybody said, defense is going to have a whole offseason. They're going to adjust to Patrick Mahomes. And he came out and had one of the best years anybody's ever had in 2019. And so I kind of feel like we're back to that again where Patrick Mahomes now has an opportunity to go out there and kind of prove everybody wrong and have that type of performance. I think it's the most important year that he's had as a quarterback since that second year that he was a starter in the NFL.
I agree. The national media has now made it seem like he has a bunch to prove.
Yeah.
And so he's now got to go out there and do it. We know what will happen. The one that makes me the most mad is the pocket presence, honestly, because You can define pocket presence, quarterback's ability to sense, anticipate, and react to oncoming defensive pressure while keeping their eyes focused downfield.
No, he does pretty good at that.
He does incredible. Yeah. Pretty good. He's one of the best I've ever seen.
Not according to Orlovsky. That's
not in the top 10. And he mentions Herbert and Prescott were admittedly snubs from this list a year ago. I couldn't let that happen again. This year, it'll probably be Patrick Mahomes. He admits it a snub, but again, if you're top 5 in the league in that, and again, a bad season, an injury, whatever it may be, and I thought his pocket presence was great last year because it had to be. He mentions his scrambling ability, the most 10-yard scrambles, the ability to get out of the pocket, his elite ability. To me, that has to do with pocket presence. When you know when to flee, that's because you have a good presence in the pocket. You talk about internal clock, the ability to sense pressure. Patrick Mahomes is the best in the league at that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand that. And also decision-making, having Josh Allen number 1, when we saw what happened in the playoffs last season with the decision-making, it's crazy.
Not good. For me, though, with Patrick Mahomes, fine. You know, this list does not make me as upset as that nitwit last week, that dimwit who said that Patrick Mahomes wasn't the quarterback of the decade. Like that's that's more egregious than what Dan Orlovsky's putting out. Because look, if you just watched the games last year and didn't know anything that was going on, you could say, yeah, it wasn't a great year for Patrick Mahomes. The injury happened, all that kind of stuff. So people are going to doubt him. And I love the fact that people are doubting him. And I love the fact that people are doubting this team because that really does drive them. I know it sounds like Harry High School and all that kind of stuff, but for whatever reason, this kind of doubt is such big motivation for Patrick Mahomes.
I think there's also a reason why, us as fans begin to not like athletes, and it may not be anything the athlete does.
Right, you're 100% right, Dusty.
Like when you look at what Jaden Daniels is doing, that gives merit to be like, I don't really like this guy. He's kind of, being egotistical in the situation. None of this really matters. Like, if you go back, if I were to go back to UCM and they're like, yeah, we're going to change the name of the radio program to David Jones and radio and whatever. Not that it's named after me. I'm just giving that an example. But again, Nick Wright quoted saying there's 7 traits that Dan Orlovsky ranks that he ranked Mahomes and Allen. Orlovsky is saying that there is nothing in football that Patrick Mahomes is better at than Josh Allen. There's nothing, not a single thing. He's worse than him at everything.
Yeah.
And the quote ended with laughter. Arm strength, Mahomes is 5th, Allen is 1st. This is all according to Dan Orlovsky. Ball placement, Mahomes is not ranked. Josh Allen's ranked 7th. Mechanics, not ranked Patrick Mahomes. 9th for Josh Allen. Decision-making with the football, 9th for Patrick Mahomes, 1st for Josh Allen. Pocket presence, we've already gone over that. Neither one are ranked. Second reaction ability, Mahomes is 3rd. Allen is 1st. Rushing ability, Mahomes is 7th. Josh Allen is 2nd. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's the one. But this is why when you see people that, are in love with their team and these people like Orlovsky come out with these lists, and there's all this stuff out there that we have all seen with our own eyes to think to ourselves, ball placement. I mean, did we not watch the Tyquan Thornton play last year where he missed him on one shot and then went right back to him and put it right over his shoulder for a touchdown? And that was when Thornton held up the finger like, I got it.
But in fairness, though, to that list, a lot of people were complaining about Patrick Mahomes' accuracy last year. We talked a lot about it on the show throughout the season last year, people complaining about, where his accuracy was, and it didn't look like it was the same. And we said, well, maybe it's the line and the receivers, and people go, no, it just doesn't look the same. He doesn't have the same touch. So in fairness to that, there was a lot of complaining from Chiefs fans last year as well about Patrick Mahomes and that ball placement. And we'll see that get better this year, too, as the team improves, as the scheme improves, as Andy Reid improves with the play calling and the decision making, and Eric Bieniemy starts holding people accountable out there on defense. Everything will improve and everything will get better because everything has to get better. You can't have, what you did last year. But in fairness, people were complaining about the ball placement of Patrick Mahomes last year and wondering, oh my God, has Patrick Mahomes lost it, or was it Tyreek Hill that gave him all that opportunity? So again, it's a big year for Patrick Mahomes from a perception standpoint. It doesn't need to do it for me. I don't need to see Patrick Mahomes go out there and prove everybody wrong, but that's how he operates. And because that's the way he operates, it's great for fans like us. We get to watch Patrick Mahomes go scorched earth this year.
That is the one thing that probably waned the most was the accuracy. But again, if you go from 67% completion percentage for 3 years, 66 for the last 3 before that, and then you get down to 62.7, which is about league average, you drop 5% to league average, whereas he's got Caleb Williams in there as far as accuracy is concerned, hasn't completed 60% of his passes as a pro yet. So I
don't know. I don't know how he did it. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you
don't
can
know how he
poke
did it.
holes in all of this.
I want to be defined.
I'd like to see somebody rank Dan Orlovsky because his pocket presence. What's his end zone presence?
Yeah, exactly.
Guy ran out of the back of the end zone. Has anybody done that since?
yesterday. I think there. No, I feel like there's been one person.
Will Levis, maybe?
Yeah,
Will
Will Levis did it. Yeah,
I think
he
Will
did.
Levis did do it.
He did, but wasn't that preseason?
Maybe it was. I can't remember.
As the Jaden Daniels jokes can continue throughout the day, in honor of Jaden Daniels, I'm going to watch reruns of Hawaii 4-0. From 785, I am actually a police officer, and people are already referring to us as the 4-0. So keep them coming. It's one word time.
One word.
First name is Blake, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin. We got a good one from at MD Johnston 22 on X. To the three of us, not sure why you guys are ripping Jaden Daniels. Not every day that an athlete achieves such an accomplishment. It's him on the $5 bill now.
Sorry, Abe.
It's never going to end.
Fantastic. I love it.
Great
Photoshop, too, where he just put his Jaden Daniels' face over half of Abe Lincoln's head.
That's so good.
You know, you brought gasoline to a bonfire.
You really did.
One word on a Friday brought to you by the Sand Trap. It's a great spot. Delicious food, cold drinks, TVs everywhere to watch your favorite sports teams. It's located in the northeast corner of Blue Ridge and Holmes in South KC. And Friday at the Sand Trap, you can get the KC Dilla. Your choice of a chicken or beef, grilled peppers, red onion, shredded cheese on a toasted flour tortilla served with sour cream and salsa for $13. Or you can go fancy and get a $16 10-ounce steak, baked potato, and green beans. It's hot. You don't want to grill. You don't want to cook. Let Marge do it for you at Sand Trap. $7 Red Bull vodkas and $2 glasses of wine. All of that on a Friday at the Sand Trap. Mac?
We'll start where we just were. Jaden Daniels. One word on this Jaden Daniels saga. Of course, if you have been under a rock, he tried to, he's suing LSU for someone wearing his number, someone on defense wearing the number 5 this year.
It just sounds so effing ridiculous when you just said it.
Yeah, it's actually insane.
Like the way you read it, you're like, it's like you saw it for the first time. You're like, wait, he's suing?
Suing him. Suing the university. He thought no one would wear his number. One word.
5.
Yeah.
I've got 4 on it.
Yeah.
This is the money. I got 4 on it. LSU. Josh Allen's ball placement is Dan Orlovsky's chin. Okay, that's a hard one from the text line there. From the top rope. Somebody says, about to head to the garage. Give me a high 4, Dust Man. At least it's not 520. Am I right? One word on it, mistake. I'll just leave it at that. Mistake.
Yep. Dumbass. I mean, seriously,
It's
what
Dumas.
a dumbass. It's Dumas. Yeah. I mean, what a moron wrapped in an idiot covered with a dumbass. Like, seriously, dude.
Subway is now changing their marketing scheme. It's the Jaden Daniels footlong now. Text line, you win. Like,
just keep them coming all morning,
we
please.
said today, we'll listen to the experts. This is your day, text line.
Yeah, this is the text line day.
You get to take trashing everyone that does this show for a little bit, which you can return on Monday. And now you can lean into this. So text line, it is your day. Friday text line. Lou Bega had to change his song for Mambo number 4.
That's a good one. I like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh.
I had to change my area code to 784. My son just turned 5 in May, and he's asked me why he has to go back to 4. It doesn't end. I mean, I could do this all day.
I saw one that said Cinco de Jaden has replaced Cinco de Mayo now. Yeah.
Yes, I loved that one. I love the stoop. Steve Smith talking about Cyrus Allen.
Cyrus Allen is going to be eventually, in my humble opinion, their number 1 wide receiver.
Woo!
Because here's why. Their quarterback has been wanting a guy like Cyrus Allen, who has the ability to run in the intermediate. Xavier Worthy's right here, Rashid Rice is right here, and they got somebody in the middle that they need, and that's Cyrus Allen.
Where was he talking? Was that NFL Network?
That's his podcast.
Him and your favorite guy, James Palmer, have a podcast together.
Oh, okay. Did he steal any of Steve Smith's stuff before he went on the air? But anyway, I digress. One word on that is exciting. And the reason I say that is because he has 5th-round draft pick. There's no question about it. But if he emerges as your number 1 wide receiver, it doesn't matter what round he was drafted in. but we are going to celebrate a 5th-round draft pick becoming a number 1 wide receiver. That's how you build a team right there. And that's not saying you're going to have Rashee Rice or Xavier Worthy take steps backwards or anything like that. There's a good chance, and Dusty and I were talking about this guy before the show a little bit, Albert Pujols, as he was on the game last night, 10th-round draft pick. Sometimes guys just get missed, and Cyrus Allen may be that guy that everybody just, for whatever reason, missed on. And then he gets put into a good system, too.
Hype is what I would say. I mean, what's the downfall if it does happen? Right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, there is none.
Like, what if he is a number 1? Now, the question is, it's kind of vague, right? That'd be the other one where vague. He says eventually he will be the number 1. Is that this year? You would hope not. I don't know if that's the right way to say that. I mean, maybe, I don't know.
I love it. I mean, if he at the end of the year emerged as the number 1 wide receiver on a 5th-round draft pick salary, yeah.
We saw Rashee Rice become the number 1 once they started playing him.
Right away.
And that playoff run, he was the number 1.
Yep.
Yeah, by week 6, I think he is the number 2 for sure on this team.
After the bye, coming out of the bye, he's your number 2.
He's number 2 wide receiver. Yep.
I don't mind that.
Can he be the number 2 going into the bye?
Maybe.
That's up
to Andy Reid.
I know the bye is a nice 4 games and we get the break and we can talk about things, but could this guy emerge after week 2? We go, oh my God. Is it too early at that point in time to crown somebody if they have 8 good quarters of football?
I mean, where were you at with Kareem Hunt after 1 game?
Yeah, I was right there, man.
Once Xavier Worthy had 8 good quarters of football in a row in his career. It hasn't happened. Football's back.
Woo! This is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blue. This is our Colts. Whether win or lose, we love them. For the shoe, beat the Pats. Mayday is going down. This is our team. Go Colts.
Who is going down, did he say?
Drake May.
Drake May. 13-13 tie, ladies and gentlemen. The best moment of that game was Vrabel throwing the flag.
Yeah, the memes from that were good, too.
I mean, I'm not even going to say them on the air what they were, but
no.
You know where they go with that.
Yep.
The underwear? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Man.
I like underwear.
Remix is what one word is. That's a remix of a song that he has continued to use as the Colts theme song.
Good for him.
Good for you. You got notoriety. You're doing your thing. You love the Colts. Had a good run last year until it ended.
Yep.
And it ended hard in Indianapolis.
Yes.
Yeah.
You lose your quarterback and gas out your running back, and you got a wide receiver that quit on you.
Yeah.
I don't know if he quit on you, but Michael Pittman wanted out.
Yeah, he got some new sound equipment, a little more auto-tune this year.
Nice.
These NBA teams have the most and fewest nationally televised games. You got 34, the most you can have nationally televised games for the Knicks, the Spurs, Sixers, and the Lakers. And then 2 for the Grizzlies, Bucks, Pelicans, Kings, and
How many?
Nets.
2.
The Nets got 2?
Yeah,
Why?
I think you're going to
They're
get
probably playing Philadelphia.
Yeah, probably playing one of those teams.
That's what it is.
That's the Knicks. I mean, God.
Yeah, that's what it is. They're riding coattails. My one word is smart. Yeah, put your best product available all the time. Why do you think the Chiefs always had 6 games on prime time? Yeah, it's Mahomes, it's Kelsey, it's the Chiefs. You may hate it. The NFL loves it because it's money.
Yeah, I mean, it draws. And so here's the thing. If you don't like, and I'm just speaking to the collective population, if you don't like something and you're mad that it's always on, don't watch. And eventually it will get taken off because you're not watching, but that's not going to happen in sports. You give people what they want, man. They want winners. The New York Knicks are going to be a story for the entire NBA season. Philly is obviously going to be a huge story. The Lakers are going to be one of the more interesting stories in the NBA this year because that team just sold now, and who knows what's going on out there in LA. That's bizarre.
Yeah, it's bad news over there.
I mean, the Dodger thing may get ugly as well too. He's going to have to probably sell the Dodgers, and if he sells the Dodgers, then that means Ohtani becomes a free agent again. Now, Ohtani did say he probably won't leave the Dodgers if the team gets sold and he can opt out of that deal. But could you imagine another free agent courting of Shohei Ohtani? He's probably smart not to opt out because there's going to be a work stoppage. He ain't going to make that money anywhere else either. So he's got to stay in L.A. But, man, it's wild out there.
Portland City Council approved $120 million in city funding towards a renovation of the Moda Center. That's Tom Dundon, Portland Trailblazers owner, combined with $466 million from the county and state. They now have over $580 million in public money.
Yeah, and the owner, that guy can, take a short flight out of town. That guy goes, I'm not paying for a thing. Screw you, pal. Every owner kicks in something.
Cheap.
I mean, screw that guy. That guy sounds terrible, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I will say that town loves their basketball team. I've been to Portland, and they're pretty proud of their Portland Trailblazers.
All they got, man. I would hate to see them lose that team, right? I mean, that's all they have up there.
I agree. Unless it comes to Kansas City, then I'd be ecstatic.
But again, with Kansas City, are we going to ask our citizens to put up $500 million to renovate a 20-year-old arena right now? Because
I'll pitch in what I got.
It needs to be renovated.
Yeah. Well, somebody says on the text line, Roman numeral V will now be replaced by a J and a D. And Mac, you are not accurate. Cyrus Allen was not a 5th-round pick. He was a 4th-round pick. You can thank Jaden Daniels for that one. And one more. Dolly Parton has to redo her song 9 to 5. It's now 9 to 4 because of Jaden Daniels.
I did see somebody say the workday has now been cut from 9 to 5 to 9 to 4 to honor Jaden Daniels. Yeah.
You guys rule, and so does the Sand Trap. It's a great spot. There's delicious food, cold drinks, TVs everywhere to watch your favorite sports teams. It's located at the northeast corner of Blue Ridge and Holmes in South KC. Take your fantasy football draft up there. If you did it on a Friday like today, you get all the specials that come with it. It is today the KC Dilla, your choice of chicken or beef, grilled peppers, red onions, shredded cheese on a toasted flour tortilla served with sour cream and salsa. It's $13, or you can partake in a $16 10-ounce steak, baked potato, and green beans, $7 vodka Red Bulls, and $2 off glasses of wine. Coming up next, cap and a floor in the Major League Baseball world. It's not going to get us going anywhere, I believe. Or maybe. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Kansas City, it's Omar on the lot. You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you, my friends over at Smokehouse Barbecue are ready for football season just like the rest of us. That's exactly right. They're ready to get out there and get those Cajun buttered chicken wings out at Arrowhead Stadium. They're ready to get those baby back ribs at a college game near you. And they're ready for those delicious burnt ends to pop up on a Friday night tailgate at a high school. Smokehouse Barbecue can cater all of your football tailgates this season. And we do catering with Smokehouse Barbecue when we roll out to the games as well, because it's the best. You're in the parking lot, you want delicious barbecue, and Smokehouse delivers every single time. Now, if you're going to man the grill for all these tailgates, I get it. That's awesome. But let Smokehouse Barbecue do all of the sides, the hickory pit beans, the cook under the brisket for the final few hours to give them a taste that nobody else can beat. You're also going to have their cheesy corn, their mac and cheese, and everybody loves that mac and cheese from Smokehouse Barbecue. So visit them now, one of their 3 locations in Independence, Gladstone, and Zona Rosa, or at smokehousebbq.com. That's smokehousebbq.com. For over 35 years, locally owned and family operated, it's Smokehouse Barbecue.
Hey, Kansas City, it's Johnny there. Everyone shopping New Century Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Paola have been saving an unbelievable amount of money on brand new trucks, Jeeps, and SUVs that have slight cosmetic damage from the spring hailstorm. New Century has a wide variety of these vehicles left that are priced to sell. Save thousands and still receive all the factory incentives. Go see my friends at New Century Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram while these deals last. Remember, you'll always pay less in Paola.
See dealer for details.
The Advent Health Championship is Casey's only PGA Tour event. Whether you're a golfer or you just want to be part of the fun, family-friendly event, see the future stars of the PGA Tour at Blue Hills Country Club, August 20th through 23rd. Ticket information at adventhealthchampionship.com.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hey, it's Brew, and I feel like everything in my life depends on being connected. Whether I'm uploading a video, hopping on a call before my show, or video chatting with my family back in Michigan, I never have to think about my Wi-Fi. And that's why Xfinity stands out. You get the most reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi with the best equipment at one price for 5 years guaranteed. No contracts or commitments. Plus, you can get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber or coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi. certified. Xfinity, imagine that.
Men, when addressing the problem of erectile dysfunction, you want the right treatment for your specific medical situation because every case is different, and finding the right treatment can mean the difference between just an okay experience and an amazing one. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and at our practices, we offer the full range of ED treatment protocols and can even combine therapies to help make those intimate moments special both for you and your partner. At Heartland Men's Health, we take great pride in providing excellent care and treatment options for ED. Our medical providers specialize in men's sexual health and understand that no two cases are alike, which means you'll get the right treatment for you based on sound medical evaluation and appropriate applications of medical therapies. Plus, we offer treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most men, you'll get your sex life back. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Back to school is here, and your life just got busy. Skip one stop on your to-do list with Hy-Vee online shopping. Order groceries on the Hy-Vee app or at Hy-Vee.com. Choose pickup or delivery, and let us do the shopping for you. One less errand, one more win for busy families. And don't forget, Hy-Vee Perks helps you save even more with Fuel Saver rewards and exclusive deals. Back to school made easier, only at Hy-Vee.
There's nothing like Chiefs game day, and whether you're hosting a crowd or keeping it low-key, you gotta be ready. Get everything you need for game day in one easy stop at Hy-Vee. Grab ribs, wings, party trays, dips, and those amazing Chiefs-themed cookies and cakes. Plus a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. They even have official Chiefs gear in every size and style for the whole family, so you're repping red on game day. Order online for pickup or delivery and let Hy-Vee do the shopping. It's a total game changer. Elevate your Chiefs game day only at Hy-Vee.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Bonner Springs, 70 westbound, shut down at 7 Highway because of an accident out of town. You're forced to go up to 40 Highway or south to K32. And southbound 7 Highway, very slow coming down from 40 Highway towards I-70. Alan Card, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Yep. Text line, you were correct. My golf handicap has now gone way down because there's no longer allowed to have par 5s on golf courses.
That's right.
Somebody says, this new Jackson 4 album sucks. I mean,
that's good. That's really good.
Hold out your hand and let the birds come and eat.
That's really good. Well done. The Jackson 4.
This show's coming in real staticky ever since I switched over to 96.4, the Jaden.
It just doesn't get old, man. Do they call the 5 now out in California the Daniels?
Well, Chris Webber and Jalen Rose have some issues because they're no longer called the Fab 5.
That's
the
right.
Fab Nothing.
The Fab Nothing. Now we got KCTV what? KCTV Daniels?
Yep.
What a heel, man. He's not going to live this down. I mean, think about the other dudes in the locker room, too. Like, his guys, his teammates, however you want to phrase it, probably coming up to him and going, he's probably getting the most static of anybody that in years for this. Like, the other guys are looking at him like, you're a joke.
Somebody says from the 785, you got to change your number, by the way. They said, cracks a beer. It's 4 o'clock somewhere. Oh, man.
That's good, yeah. I like it.
Anyway.
Anything that makes fun of that guy for being so stupid. He deserves everything he's getting, man. And people go, oh, it's the people around him. You hired the people around you. You've let your mom have this kind of role in your life. Eventually, you have to be an adult. I mean, it does go back, though, to like, what did they say? Like 50% of 30-year-olds and people at 30 or under are still living with their parents. I mean, that's a massive number. And so maybe kids aren't just growing up at this point in time. Like, has Jaden Daniels truly matured to get to a level where he is an adult? Has he been allowed to go out there and be an adult and make his own decisions and not have people constantly standing there and making these decisions for him? Because that's where I would be if I was Jaden Daniels. Like, come on, guys. If they did make this decision, we can't do this. He's got to be the gatekeeper on all of this.
Live with your parents as long as you can.
Yeah, you save your money. Yeah.
Ride that wave.
But that's what I'm getting at. I'm like, are people just not taking responsibility anymore for themselves? Because this is a
That's the old
responsibility.
man take, I would say. But
Okay,
yeah.
but this is a responsibility take here. I mean, you've got to be responsible for your life.
Totally. Yeah.
You can't let people do this to you.
I think you can always take advice. Whether you move forward with all of it is the other thing. Like, like I said yesterday, like there were times in my life when I first started doing radio, and, there were times my mom would be like, hey, I don't really know, like, why you're talking. Mom, so here's the deal. This is what is a topic, and this is how we do the topic. Okay, fine. You don't have to get mad about it. You don't have to get mad. I'm just letting you know. This is, where we're at in life right now. Yeah, somebody says, great rock band. Just heard him on the radio. 4-finger death punch.
They play Rock Fest every year.
So MLB proposes. Here we go. Owners proposed $245.3 million salary cap and a $171.2 million payroll floor that could start in 2027. This comes per Jesse Rogers of ESPN. The floor and the cap, the number and the number, and then there's a bunch of teams that were either below that or above that. Now, again, where the median is about 16, as there's 167 million when it comes to Seattle Mariners. Above that is when you get into the 180s. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 teams that would have been below that floor number. And if you're wondering, yes, the Kansas City Royals would have been on that list at 148 million. And then, obviously you have your top tier teams like the Dodgers and the Mets and the Yankees, and also the Philadelphia Phillies, the Toronto Blue Jays, and the Atlanta Braves, the Chicago Cubs, all be above that line of the ceiling. So I don't know if this is where they're going to start, but this still looks messy to me, is that they're going to be a long way away from even trying to get this thing settled.
I think you said it to me the other day. How do you start negotiating with people who refuse to even listen on something like this? And that's kind of where I have been with the baseball players this entire time. I don't think the baseball players are going to listen. I think they're that dug into not having a salary cap. And I think the owners are going to look at it and go, well, I'll tell you, you're going to have a salary cap. And I think that's kind of where we're headed. It's going to get long. It's going to get ugly. It's going to get nasty, as we talked about. But I kind of like this. 171.2. They looked at it, Major League Baseball owners did, and they went to half the league. Let's find a number where we can make a lot of teams spend more money, and the salary cap at like 242 or whatever they said it was, or 282, whatever the number was, 242, it's going to force teams, about 6 teams, to have to reduce their spending, but it's also going to force 15 teams to have to increase their spending. And so even if you have to decrease your spending for some of these teams, they're still going to be spending a lot of money. And so I really do think this is a good initial offer by the owners to the Players Association. But to your point, the players are going to put both fingers in their ears and they're not going to listen. So how do you have a negotiation and a conversation when one side is refusing to even listen to the other side on situations like this?
Yeah, I go back to the Southwest theory of like, now what do they say? Bags fly free, right? That was like their thing. And then you can go back and even last year when they, implemented commercials in Red Zone. It was 30 seconds twice in 7 hours, but you put something into something that was never there.
Right.
You're never going to get a lot of positive feedback. Now, baseball has done this with rule changes, and it's worked. But this is money changes, and the players aren't necessarily as affected when it comes to a pitch clock or ghost runner. I know that they are, a little bit affected because now it's, the pitchers have a certain time, batters have to be in the batter's box, but it really wasn't that dramatic.
Right.
This is dramatic. This is something where they've never had a cap, they've never had a floor, and some of these guys are either almost out the door. You look at guys like Bryce Harper, who's completely pissed about all of this. He doesn't want anything to do with this.
Right.
You look at all these veterans that are in there, they're like, why would we do this? Like, you're going to now take money from me, but that's the problem when it comes to big dollars and big corporations, is that they don't look at the long process.
No, they never do.
They look at the now and how it affects me right now. And I think that's the problem. We don't have equal minds on this. You might have people that are 18 years old that are getting ready to be drafted in the first round of Major League Baseball, and they're probably into this. But the thing is that this league right now is ran by people that are completely grandfathered in, as they should be. Bryce Harper is now, what, 34?
And those contracts
33?
are going to be grandfathered in. That's
Sure.
the thing. Like, I was talking to somebody yesterday about that, and they're like, yeah, the kind of the conversation is if you have a contract, it's grandfathered in. And so the Dodgers are still going to have that opportunity to be the Dodgers. And what the players don't realize, though, Dusty, is they're looking at it from the wrong angle, in my opinion, on this one. And look, I don't think there needs to be a salary cap in baseball. I do think there needs to be a salary floor. And if we're not going to have a floor, we don't need to have a cap. But I do think the players need to have to look at it from the other way and realize it's going to force teams to have to go out there and spend at $171.2 million for the floor. I mean, you had the Marlins last year spending in the 70s, on their entire payroll. So those teams are going to start spending more. Like, you look at St. Louis, they spent $95 million on their payroll this year, right? Mm-hmm. So what does that say? They're going to have to increase that payroll 41 plus another 5, almost $50 million for that. That's going to the players. And so there are a lot of teams out there that are going to have to increase what they're spending, and that's a good thing. I mean, the Miami Marlins and the Cleveland Indians from this year are essentially going to have to double their payrolls to reach this 171.4, whatever it is, floor. That's a good thing for the players, but yet they look at it from the top thing and they go, they're putting a cap on what they're making. Yes and no. They're also raising the floor of what you guys are making right now and forcing these teams to spend more money. And for whatever reason, that gets lost in translation with the players.
It's going to take some time, and it's going to take some patient minds to get this thing figured out, because we want to have baseball in 2027. You're in a renaissance, man. You're playing at Field of Dreams. You're moving the game along. It's got the youth again. It's got the boomers are still there. The middle ages are still there, so don't screw it up. By the way, from the 217, Bob, you can no longer predict the Chiefs win as 35-0. It's now 30 Daniels to nothing as they continue to keep cooking in there. Yeah. So there you go. Just drove by Kauffman Stadium. George Brett's number is still there. P.S. Don't tell Jaden. Coming up, we play Bingo plus preseason football game number 1, what we watch for here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Kyra Stonga, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you, my friends at Golden Oak Lending want to help you save some cash, right? They've been doing that for us for the last 10, 11 years right now, and they're awesome. I love the folks over at Golden Oak Lending. They've kind of become part of our family, and that's what I want you guys to do. I want you to become part of the Golden Oak family as well, because, look, we're all battling life together, right? High interest credit cards out there right now, the higher grocery bills, everyday expenses keep going up as well, and it's keeping you up at night. Maybe you're paying your bills every month, but you still can't seem to get ahead. You're making those minimum payments, but because of the high interest, the balances barely move or they just keep growing. And you may have built equity in your home that could help you out of these situations. A simple refinance from Golden Oak Lending may allow you to use that equity to consolidate high-interest credit cards and other bills into one manageable monthly payment, which gives you the much-needed breathing room that you've been looking for. It all starts with a free mortgage checkup from my friends over at Golden Oak Lending. So call them now, 913-890-GOLD. That's 913-890-GOLD, or visit them at goldenoaklending.com. Golden Oak Lending, MLS 114937.
Fire up the grill. It's football season, and Booth Creek Wagyu is beefing up your game. When you buy 10 pounds or more of our legendary Booth Creek Wagyu ground beef, you'll get it for the unbelievable price of just $8 a pound. That's America's most premium ground beef at grocery store prices. And don't forget our world-class Booth Creek Wagyu steaks and free samples available at our 2 locations, 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf, inside the Deer Creek shops. And we're always open at boothcreekwagyu.com.
When it comes to my policy, Farmers gives it to me straight, so there's no surprises.
It's your coverage. You should never be confused.
You hear that? An insurance provider with a conscience.
We're a choir, but yes, we have that too.
Straightforward coverage you can literally understand. That's what you get when
you have Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Learn more at farmers.com. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or Affiliate. Products not available in every state.
T-Mobile is launching something no other wireless network offers. Introducing Nothing. Pay nothing today and walk out of the store with a new phone.
What did he say?
Nothing.
You definitely said something about nothing.
Exactly. Go to T-Mobile, pay nothing up front, and leave with a new phone.
Wait, nothing rules.
She gets it.
Hey, thanks for nothing.
For the first time ever, switch to T-Mobile, pay nothing. No taxes, no fees, no money down. And walk out with a new phone. There are 250 reasons to choose T-Mobile, and now nothing is holding you back.
on eligible devices with qualifying credit plan and 36-month finance agreement.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where supplies start at just 25 cents?
Staples has the latest laptops with up to 40% savings.
I may hug the cashier.
So embarrassing.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples with up to 40% off select tech. Staples.
That was easy.
Visit Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
This report is brought to you by Go Car Wash. It's your time to go shine.
For a limited time at Go Car Wash, mention radio and get any wash for just $5. Yep, any wash. That's up to 80% off our best wash. Visit Go Car Wash today. It's your time to go shine.
When it's time for a new water heater, trust the team that's been serving Kansas City for 75 years. For a limited time, buy a water heater and get a water filter 50% off. Schedule today at AnthonyPHCE.com.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Traffic for Anthony, plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric. Kansas side, 70 westbound shut down at K7 with an accident. 35 southbound recovering, but heavy around Mission. Hot water is something you rely on every day for showers, dishes, laundry, and more. If your water heater is showing signs of age or is struggling to keep up, now is the time to make the switch. At Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric, they've been helping Kansas City homeowners stay comfortable for 75 years with trusted service and expert installations. For a limited time, buy a water heater and get a water filter 50% off. Schedule your appointment today at AnthonyPHCE.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Tune into the Chiefs' first preseason game against the Rams, Saturday, August 15th with pregame at 2 and kickoff at 3. Right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station. Welcome into Fescoe and Dusty.
I mean, come on, guys. What are we doing here?
A show that, analytically, exists between 6 and 10 weekday mornings on Kansas City's only FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, buddy.
Live from the studios that brought you.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Here's Bob Fescoe and Dusty Likens.
This comes from our buddy MJ on X. Dusty Likens couldn't even trouble himself to shave. I can already see his 4 o'clock shadow. Keep them coming. Keep them coming, man.
Oh, that's good.
You deserve this. You made this bet. You got to sleep in it at least 4 nights a week.
Yeah.
By the way, Chiefs play Saturday, 3 o'clock. Football's back, baby.
First Red Friday today.
Can't
That's right.
wait. Mac and Bob got the message. I did not.
Yeah.
I'm just going with like this Hawaiian theme because of the temperatures.
Oh, it's so hot.
So I have all these like awesome like Royals t-shirts that I've been gifted by wonderful people. And yesterday I wore one, and our buddy that came in, he goes, "Wow, that is a really loud shirt." I said, "Yes, it is." So today is another Hawaiian light shirt. It was 82 on my drive-in today, man. At 5 a.m.
Yeah.
82.
It was
at 5
so
o'clock.
hot driving in. Yeah. I like the windows down, and I like the breeze in the morning, and I had it for a little. Heck, this is ridiculous.
I don't mind the windows down for a little bit, but then my face takes a beating, and I've got to roll the windows up. Because then, like, if you ever do that, I don't know if you guys ever done this, drive with the windows down, then after like 4 to 10 minutes, you get to roll them back up, and it just feels like your face is still being like ripped apart by the winds of the highway.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Chiefs play at 3 o'clock on Saturday. Don't forget, you can hear the Chiefs on 96.5 The Fan, and the Royals will be on 6:10 a.m. We'll send reminders via social media for all you wonderful people out there that follow us. If you don't, start now. The Fan 965 on IG, on Twitter, and I believe TikTok. So if you want to follow the Fan there, you can see all of our videos, Would You Rather Wednesdays, Chiefs Take Tuesdays. You can see Max Minute on there. Dusty Likens does range bait. All that good
yours
stuff.
was yesterday.
It was, yep. Yesterday was a good one. We had a lot of people. And also probably one of the worst golf swings you'll ever see.
That was
that she decided to leave in the
That
in the
looked like
editing
me
process.
swinging.
That was tough. That was tough. Here I come, big, bold take about hot weather's better. First swing. I don't know what happened.
I realized some of our difference in the hot and cold weather. I lived in a place for a while that cold weather is the best. I mean, the outside activities, you were talking about life and being outside.
Oh, yeah, for you up there in Wyoming.
In the West,
yeah.
I mean, the cold was when you got outside, and it was my favorite activity is skiing. So it's probably some of that what has to do with that as well.
Yeah, and when I lived in Texas in 25 years ago now, you get used to not having winters. And I was only down there for 2 winters, but I tell people this all the time. I came back in 2001, 25 years ago, and I'm still not adjusted back to the winters.
Yeah.
And I grew up on the East Coast where the winters were bad. Went to KU. It's cold. It's freezing, all that kind of stuff. 2 winters away, and I still have not adjusted my body back, and it's been 25 years back. It's crazy how that worked for me. But for you, too, you have that experience out there with skiing and all that kind of stuff that's right at your doorstep. Absolutely. I understand why you would like that better. Yeah.
Mac was out there watching Josh Allen throw footballs before Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah, you really were, right? Yeah.
So the other thing, too, is like with those videos, I'm sure, Mac, you get these, too. You get, direct messages, right?
For sure.
And Miss Kavanaugh decided to come out and use a take that you had. And she's like, I have a take about your hot weather take that maybe some other people don't have. And she says, I think we're all prisoners of the moment. Come, middle of winter, like, God, I'd do anything for it to be 90 degrees in a swimming pool. Come the dog days of summer, you're like, I wouldn't mind a freeze.
Yeah. The only reason I want to freeze, kill all the bugs. That's the only reason,
and
right?
it's prisoner of the moment. I said, yeah, that was Mac's take. And the response was, Mac's awesome. So the drops are working, man.
Awesome.
Speaking of awesome, football is back. It's Saturday, Chiefs-Rams at Arrowhead Stadium. What are you guys looking for? What are you watching? I'll be real quick with my response. Peter Woods, I'm watching him. I'm watching R. Mason Thomas. And I'm watching how they use the running backs. I know Ken Walker's not going to play, but DeMercado, Emmett Thomas, those guys, how they use that, because even if the number 2s are in there, they're still going to run the plays that maybe the number 1s will run. So I'm trying to watch a little bit of that. Outside of that, maybe we'll see what Justin Fields looks like. I don't know if that's really going to move the needle for us, but maybe we'll see how the legs look in a Chiefs jersey. And, of course, I think the offensive guy that we're all looking at is number 13, Cyrus Allen, but that's what's on my docket.
That's a big one right there, Cyrus Allen. I think he's the guy that everybody's probably going to be watching in this game, right? He's got the most hype going into this one, right? Would you say? Probably
99.
Yeah, that's it. 13 and 99 are the 2 guys that are getting all the hype going into this game. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So I think everybody's going to be excited. I can't wait to watch Cyrus Allen. I mean, I hope this guy is a freaking stud out there. Like, what you hope, honest to God, is Cyrus Allen is making Worthy and Rice better as we sit here and speak, because what's all the attention been on this year? Cyrus Allen, right?
For the right reasons.
Yeah, for the right reasons, 100%, Dusty. And if he goes out there and has a pretty good game in that first game, it's going to feed on itself. And I'm talking about on Saturday, even in a preseason game, Cyrus Allen goes out there and plays well, people will be talking, obviously, about Cyrus Allen. And so I think him doing well at this point of the camp is really good for the peer pressure, if you will, for the other guys that are playing that same position. But for me, for this preseason game, I'm looking for a couple of things. Number one, that Kling doesn't die on the sidelines. I think that's first and foremost the most important thing out there. It's going to be 1,000 degrees. So one, we hope Kling doesn't die. If he does go down, please somebody get him some water. Number 2 that I'm looking for, I just want to see the rookies play and how good they are. Obviously, we're not going to see Delane in this one, but I'm excited to see 99. I'm excited to see 13. I'm excited to see our Mason Thomas perform out there and do his thing. I kind of, I'm not going to sit there and watch the entire game. I'll see highlights more than I will the entire game, probably. Watch the beginning, and I got somewhere to be on Saturday night. But Nussmeier, I'm kind of interested and intrigued by. I think he's a guy that long-term is going to be the number 2 quarterback here in Kansas City. So I'm kind of excited to see what he can offer to the table.
Yeah, obviously the rookies, the young guys are what we want to see. I want to see that battle on the right side. We'll see Khalil Benson probably start at right guard, but then he'll go to the right tackle. That is the one battle that we're watching in camp as far as starters are concerned.
Is that the only battle?
Yeah, unless you want to say Peter Woods and Kyrus Tonga, but you know what Spags is going to do? He's going to start Tonga to start the season.
It's interesting
which is just
with that
idiotic,
because...
but it is what it is. So it's the one battle for the start of the season is $10 million Jalen Moore or undrafted free agent Khalil Benson.
Yeah, and that is. It really is the only kind of battle. And look, I think it's differently, though, with the defensive line. Those guys are rotated. Offensive lines, they don't really rotate, Every once in a while you see something like that. So I think it's more important to have your starters for your offensive line than your defensive line because guys are going to play a lot, right? Guys are going to play a ton on that defensive line because that's the one thing Spags does, rotates those guys in to keep them fresh. And I got to be honest with you, the first month or 2 of this season is going to be hot. So a lot of these guys should probably be ready to play on that defensive line.
Yeah, I guess there's maybe a battle for our Mason Thomas, but I imagine he's that other starting
Who's
edge.
he battling?
Ours.
FAU.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting that you said that because I was not expecting you to say that, but he's had a pretty good camp.
There's only 4 edges on the team.
He's had a pretty good camp.
5 if you count Ogba.
He's going to be more of a practice squad guy, kind of a veteran leader. Just have him in here at camp. I think that's kind of the way they're looking at, Emmanuel Ogba at this point in time. But yeah, that's interesting. FAU. I'd love to see him play well, man. I really would.
He's going to have to play a lot.
I'd love to see him play well, and not just in this preseason game, but just in general.
Yeah, which is why I'm surprised on the Ogba thing. I imagine I imagine at some point he's on the active roster. They always carry 5, usually 6 edges. Right now there are 4.
Yeah. So you get Ogba. He's going to, again, practice squad to start, and then obviously we'll see where he is. But the practice squad is now so different since COVID. Now it's been 7 years, my God, 6 years since COVID. But we've got the ability now just to have a big-time practice squad, 13 to 15 dudes, and constantly bring them up. And so being on the practice squad isn't like you're being buried anymore. You got the opportunity to play that week.
So Saturday, I don't know, you said you got a dinner to go to that night, but, you'll be able to get out of there by 4 o'clock because after about, I don't want to say 5.
Oh, we're not going to the game, but
I'm saying watching the game.
Yeah, the first half.
Yeah,
so
like
3
o'clock. So you get out of there by about 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Mac, you'll watch the game. You gonna have any snacks? Play bingo with announcers? What they have the cliche sayings? Because I'll probably sitting there just enjoying
pizza
and the Chiefs as I finish 1 to 4 slices of that. But I think the number one thing that we always hear, look at how great there's going to be a wide receiver comparison to Cyrus Allen, the first play he makes. That's what I would say would be my ultimate bingo piece on a card for the announcers.
Oh, I got a lot of bingo pieces on this card for the announcers. We're going to start with the mention of the new stadium, right? Like that gets mentioned in the game, right? We get pictures, renderings of the new stadium, right?
Okay.
That's going to be on the bingo card.
Pizza.
They're going to interview Clark in this game. I guarantee you that. He's going to talk about how bad last season was, how they want to move on from last season.
There's only one other preseason game, right? They play the first and the third, or they only play one?
At home, you mean?
At home.
Yeah, at home.
Yeah, but they still, everybody still goes.
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, this is the first home. Yeah, third preseason game is home as well. So Clark will be on there. He's going to talk about how disappointing last season was. It's no longer a focus. We've moved on. Last year was an aberration. We don't expect anything like that anymore, with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid in Chiefs Kingdom. They'll talk about the Mahomes injury. They'll do a flashback to when the injury happened. They'll talk about the healing process. We'll see workout videos from Patrick Mahomes getting better. They'll hype up all the rookies. They'll discuss the addition of Chad O'Shea and now how his experience is going to be invaluable for these young wide receivers. They'll discuss the addition of K9 and how he's going to help balance the offense. Eric Bieniemy's return and how his holding accountable guys was missed. That will be on your bingo card in that game. And that gets us through the opening segment of that show.
So somebody says Mahomes ACL should be the free space.
Yeah.
And then someone says
Heat.
Someone says also the best part about bingo is now you only need 4 spaces in a row.
BING. Bing.
Yeah.
Bing.
Mac, what would be your number one? What would be your number one space?
What's on there? Yeah. What did I leave off the bingo card of things we're going to discuss in this game on Saturday?
Swift wedding.
Yeah,
that's a good
the
one.
wedding. That's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
EB. I don't know if you mentioned EB.
He did not.
I did.
Oh, you did mention EB. I heard you say Chad O'Shea.
Yeah, I said Bieniemy's back.
Yeah, Bieniemy's back. Yeah, you did say that. Yeah, that'll be a big one. I think that'll lead.
Holding the, you think that's the lead? See, I think Mahomes
I don't think it's
is the lead,
but I think it's Mahomes obviously is the lead, but EB is shortly after that.
Yeah. So Clark comes on. They're going to talk to him about a couple of things. They'll talk, obviously, we said about last season and this season. They'll talk about the stadium with Clark. They'll talk about Mahomes' knee. With Clark Hunt. They'll talk about Andy Reid, obviously, with Clark Hunt. What else will they talk about with Clark Hunt? What else do we have going on right now?
Will they ask anything about Rashee Rice?
What about him?
How he looks, how he's changed, what he's.
You talking to Clark, you mean?
Yeah, from an ownership standpoint, how you deal with a player like that.
Probably not on the state-run broadcast.
I would assume not.
Yeah.
Just asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we miss anything defensively?
Nah.
Special teams-wise, Butker's coming off a bad season.
Yeah.
Got to get back to, being able to kick field goals.
Yeah, I guess that's another thing to watch for the game, not necessarily on the bingo card. But, yeah, I mean, he'll be kicking.
I bet you this is a deep cut before we go to break about a bingo card. I bet there's a deep cut about Matt Ariza's punting distance and touchbacks.
Ooh, okay.
Because punters play, man. Like, he ain't got nobody else.
Yep.
And Matt Ariza got some of his touchbacks minimized last year, wants to get better this year. I bet there's some talk about Matt Ariza.
Matt Ariza's punting. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Pizza.
And that's what we get to enjoy while we watch. I can't get enough of that drop. I'm sorry. Continue to bring in your Jaden Daniels jokes, but first, the first power rankings of the year. Where are the Chiefs? Don't worry. We'll tell you next on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Monsoor Delane, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you, my friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 are looking out for everybody here in Kansas City. That's what they've set out to do, and that's what they've been doing forever and a day, because their mission is to build strong partnerships between members, business partners, customers, and community. And there's zero cost to become a partner contractor with the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. So if you're an architectural sheet metal contractor, they'll provide a flexible workforce for your project demands, timelines, and economic conditions. When you partner with us, you're connecting to elite craftsmanship. Our members install metal roofing, siding, and decorative features on our region's most landmark buildings, like the top of Bartle Hall, the Kaufman Performing Arts Center, and the iconic crown at Kauffman Stadium. Plus, they'll provide manpower specifically for the architectural sheet metal community. And there's no downside. It's completely free with zero obligation. Just straightforward information on how they can grow your business and your profit margins. Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. We're an old union with a new perspective on business. Learn more at sheetmetal2.org.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Men, erectile dysfunction can affect much more than just your sex life. It can create stress in relationships, leading to feelings of anxiety or embarrassment, and impact your overall confidence and well-being. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and we specialize in treating men's sexual health issues to help men find solutions that fit their individual needs. ED is a frustrating condition, and many men suffer for years without seeking treatment. But the good news is that if you're like most men, we have the answer. Our licensed medical providers will evaluate your specific medical situation and recommend a plan designed for you. And these advanced medical therapies work, with treatments having success rates of well over 90%, which means you and the one you love can have great sex again without the fear and worry of ED. You can even last up to an hour or more, and you may just find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Pros, find the right flooring for the job in Lowe's newly redesigned flooring showroom. Shop our expanded assortment of trusted brands and get up to 35% off style selections, Stainmaster, and Stainmaster Pet Protect Special Order Carpet. And while you're here, save $100 on a DeWalt 20-volt max 6-amp-hour 2-pack of batteries. Now just $179. Get more of what you need faster and save more where it counts from the ground up. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 8/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. I hope you are sitting down. The ACA Marketplace has announced significant increases on monthly premiums, with deductibles over $10,000. You can enroll with Matt B. and KC at BBS Insurance's Freedom of Choice plan now. You don't have to wait. Their plan lets you use any doctor, has zero outpatient deductibles, and is 30 to 60% lower cost than most Obamacare plans. Also, there's no income disclosure required, so no potential tax penalties. If you're a small business owner or pay for your own health insurance, you're uninsured, you're on COBRA, or your employer coverage is just too expensive, call Matt B. and KC for an instant quote over the phone. 816-205-4664. That's 816-205-4664. Or go to bbsinsurance.net. That's bbsinsurance.net. They will customize a plan chosen and managed by you. not the government.
America is turning 250 this year, and Circus Sports is celebrating by offering all users in Missouri $250. Dane Hughes here, and for everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circus Sports app. Then play through that deposit. Once you do, Circus Sports will reward you with $250 right in your account. This is available for everyone in Missouri, new and existing users. Celebrate 250 years and find out more at circusports.com today. Must be 21 or older in Missouri. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's the Lawman giving you a couple updates. Just settled a case for $1.175 million on a commercial vehicle accident, $750,000 on a motorcycle accident, $557,500 on a premise liability case. Call the Lawman. If you've been charged with a felony DWI, call the Lawman. You only got a short window to get the admin filed in Missouri and in Kansas. Call me now.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It shouldn't be based solely on advertisements.
Hey, it's George Karlaftis from the Kansas City Chiefs, and the guy who never responds in the group chat is definitely Chris Jones.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
435 westbound on the south side. Things get heavy as you make your way from Holmes across the state line towards Knoll with an earlier problem. 435 northbound slowing from Winter up not quite to Front Street. And then Kansas side 70 westbound still shut down at 7 Highway with a problem out of town. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan traffic.
Happy anniversary, Drew Nixon, at this station, celebrating 3 years today.
Happy anniversary, Drew.
And myself.
3 years today?
11.
Today, huh?
11 years ago, I started in this building. And it still looks the same.
It does, and it kind of smells the same, too. It stinks out there today. I'm not going to lie. Like, I walked out there today, and just now I'm like, something reeks.
Somebody mentioned earlier when we played that BBL Stinky Drop that once we play it, his daughter, who is 6, sings it for the next 10 minutes. Thank you, guys.
I love that, yeah. I just saw something on X, formerly Twitter. Are we still doing that, formerly Twitter? Or are we just Twitter or X? Like everybody kind of knows
Twitter.
that. It's Twitter now? Okay, so
forever, it's Twitter.
Forever Twitter. That's the old man take there, too.
Is it Sandstone?
It is Sandstone, yes.
Is it Sprint Center?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it always Arrowhead?
It is.
It still is.
It still is, yeah. So it's still Twitter then? Okay, so we'll go with Twitter. And it was a shot of people on the coast of Italy at a concert at 5:15 in the morning. Would you go to a concert that early? Would you like to go to a concert that early? Because I always think from our perspective, I'm like, nobody ever does anything in reverse. Like a 5:15 concert in the morning, I'd be up for that.
Depends on who's playing.
It looked like it was like...
I wouldn't want to be like asleep at the wheel.
No, but like Mozart type stuff. Classical music is what kind of it looked like. And like they're on the beach and everybody's kind of sitting back. Beautiful setting. 5:15 in the morning. Packed. I'm like, I would love to do something like that at 5 o'clock in the morning. You know? How many people could you get at Sprint Center if Garth Brooks said he's playing at 5:15 a.m.? I bet it sells out.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
For sure. Garth will sell out any show he puts
Any
out.
show, anytime, anywhere, right?
He's coming to town, I think. He's doing that stadium tour, or he's doing the arena tour.
Mhm.
I assume he's going to come to T-Mobile.
I would imagine, yeah.
I'll be there. Somebody says...
If it was a music fest, I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, if
Like
Angels
if
and
I'm already
Airways
there,
played
I'm
at
camping
5:15,
out.
you'd be there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd wake up and go.
Like Tom DeLonge and Angels and Airways playing on the beach. Like, take me, aliens. Now. Take me to bed or lose me forever, Maverick. Bob, the concert was actually at 4:15 in the morning, he said.
4:14. Matt got mad there. He thought we were giving a thanks coach there for a second, right?
Yeah.
4:15.
It just doesn't stop.
No,
man.
it doesn't. It's great. It's going to go all year.
Someone says it's always Oklahoma Joe's, too. Not just Joe's.
Yep. I get that.
I can see that. Somebody says 25 years stay at their job. Good.
Wow, good.
Nice. Yeah. I can't believe that.
Damn. Nice.
A 3 p.m. concert would be great. Over by 8 p.m. I'm 36, so it checks out.
Sign me up.
Would you go to a 3 p.m. concert this Saturday at Arrowhead?
No.
Okay.
No.
yeah.
As we're doing the Billy Joel one a couple of years ago and Stevie Nicks, bro, that was brutal. And that was at night. Like, it was just awful.
I went to a Kenny Chesney concert one year. I want to say it was like 2014.
How hot was it?
I mean, Well, they had the crews were out there, and they had the temperature gauge on the asphalt for the tailgate. It was like 110. Now we were in a tent with shades, so it was only 104.
Oh, that's good.
You know, so big difference. But it was hot, dude. I mean, it's the first time in my life that I drank so many beers that I was sober, because I didn't pee once until the very end of the concert, because I was just sweating.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, man, I don't know if I want to do that. Dusty, it's Goose take me to bed now. Or hey, Kelly says it too to Maverick when he's on when he's got her on the back of the bike. So it both can be right. Started my business 10 years ago today. Congratulations, you have a business that lasted a decade. You have made it.
Yep.
25 years now owning
Shout
a
out your
company.
business.
Yeah, True Green Thumb, same.
There you
25
go.
years owning our company.
Nice.
So big anniversaries today.
Nice.
Yeah. So moving forward into the season, these will change throughout the year. But currently the Chiefs rank 13th in the power rankings, according to Pro Football Talk. It says 13th, Chiefs, don't sleep on Patrick Mahomes ever.
That's the best line of the preseason right there.
Not even Carter Jensen can sleep on Patrick Mahomes. We'll go from 13 up. 12 are the Niners. It says they're relying on too many older players to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Okay. Chargers, can they reach their full potential under Jim Harbaugh? Ravens are 10th. After 18 years of John Harbaugh, there will be plenty of unknowns. Number 9, Jaguars. Sorry, Liam. We know your team is good. Okay. Eagles, they're 8th. Will the departure of A.J. Brown provide a boost to the functionality of the offense? Obviously, they got Malachi Lemon as a wide receiver, right?
Yeah, Makai Lemon.
Makai Lemon. And him and Smith are now going to be the 1 and 2.
Yep.
Saquon Barkley, obviously yesterday, I don't know why I say obviously, but yesterday I saw a little bit of an injury.
A little bit of an injury. Shocking, right? Saquon.
Bears are coming, or I'm sorry, the Patriots come in 7th. The schedule has more powerhouses than cream puffs this year.
Yeah.
Interesting word there. 6, the Bears, year 2 of the Ben Johnson-Caleb Williams partnership should yield big benefits. As we've heard Ben Johnson say, they want to be known as the greatest offense to ever touch the gridiron, taking over that Broncos team of 2015, I believe. Yep. When Peyton Manning was we should have known week 1 when he threw, 6 touchdowns or something like that. Everybody had 2. It was like Demaryius Thomas, Julius Thomas, Wes Welker. They all had 2 touchdowns. It's like, okay, this is a problem. Number 5, the Bills. Has there ever been more pressure on a first-year coach to get the conference championship? No, is the answer.
That's an interesting one. A first-year coach with more pressure than Joe Brady in NFL history. I'm trying to think. I don't know that who's walked into a better situation than what Joe Brady's walked into in NFL history. Like, guys don't leave good jobs, right? And if you're doing good, you don't normally get fired from your job. So this is that's an interesting take right there.
Number 4 is the Broncos. Number 3 is the Texans. Number 2 is the Rams. And number 1 is the Seahawks. The champs always get dibs at the top spot. This year, the margin is as close as it's ever been. As the Rams 2, just because they didn't win the Super Bowl is what it would appear. But 13th can only go up from there.
Yeah. I think that's a fair ranking right now for where the Chiefs are. I think, at the end of the year, obviously, you don't want to be
None
in
of those teams
13th
you've mentioned
place.
ahead of them, you would put them above?
I put them above the Niners. I
Yeah.
put them above Baltimore, for right now.
Jags?
I would put them above Jacksonville for right now. Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So you'd have them as a top 10 team?
Probably, yeah. But I think 13 is fair from the outside looking in. I think 13 is kind of a fair ranking, and we know that they're going to move up fast. They put on a performance Monday night against the Broncos guys. They're going to be in the top 5 of everybody's power rankings. The whole league will be on tilt on Tuesday morning if the Chiefs go out there and beat the Broncos.
Devil's advocate if they lose.
If they lose to what? Everybody will be doing the I told you so's. Yeah, but I mean, we'll write off Mahomes after week 1. I guarantee it. Not we, but the national media, everybody, how we do the overreactions and all that kind of stuff. They will start writing off Patrick Mahomes.
Depending on the context. Depending on the context.
Yes, but it is the low-hanging fruit. It's easy. Mahomes would have come back in other years, in a game like, how it is. People want Patrick Mahomes to fail for whatever reason. So they always spin it towards the quarterback. But I think right now, with 13th, that's fair. Put on a great show on that Monday night opener, and everybody will skyrocket Patrick Mahomes. But the never doubt Mahomes ever, I love that. I love that line by Mike Florio there.
Don't sleep on Mahomes, like ever.
Yeah, ever. Yeah. Don't sleep on Patrick Mahomes, ever. Never, ever, ever sleep on Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, this list is obviously based on continuity. They go based on what's happened in the past, which isn't necessarily the worst way to always do it. But, I mean, just because the Broncos have a bunch of continuity and a bunch of the same guys in their team doesn't mean that's good. I mean, especially on the defensive side. Defenses are so volatile. Not that I don't think that pass rush will be great, but you can't just go like offenses. You go, oh yeah, we kept the band back together. Okay, a lot of the time that means okay, you'll be productive. On defense, it is very volatile and it takes a lot of other things other than keeping the same guys. I'd say the same thing for the Cowboys. They have them at 17. If it's once again Super Bowl or bust, the last 30 years tell us which way it'll go. What a stupid way to evaluate a team. I don't care about the last 30 years.
Yeah.
I don't care about the narrative of the Cowboys.
But I think
I'd have
what he's
them in the
saying
top
is that
half of the
every
league.
year it's Super Bowl or bust for the Cowboys.
Yeah,
know?
but if the last 30 years tell us which way it'll go, I don't want to care about what the way it'll go from the last 30 years. I care about this year. This team's much, much different. I'd have them in the top half of the league for sure.
I'm high on Dallas this year.
Very high on Dallas. We talked about them yesterday, Dusty. You mentioned them,
Yeah.
and you mentioned they'll be able to score, but their defense will struggle like it has in the past. I think their defense will actually be a big strength, which is what has waned. They've been top 5 offense the last 5 years in the NFL. The defense has struggled. They've made. I mean, I don't want to say the Micah Parsons trade was a success, but
we don't know that
damn,
yet.
dude,
But
if
it's
you told
trending
me-
in the right direction.
If you told me this is what they were going to get for him, they did well.
Yeah, they went 1-2 picks, defense.
Yep.
And
well, that's where the league is going. I mean, what did the Chiefs do? Won their first 8 picks. Defense. I think this league is kind of switching back now. You're getting your athletes now on the defensive side as much as you are on the offensive side. 5 years ago, we never had defensive linemen that looked like Adonises.
I think out of seeing those like rankings, I think the 3 things that have my mind spinning on what I will watch kind of closely outside of the Kansas City realm is what is New England going to do with a tougher schedule? Because that was the narrative last year. New England's schedule was soft, and they took advantage of it. You play who you play, but now you're going to play a first-place schedule. You're going to play good teams. Can you come back after losing in a Super Bowl and move forward?
Hard to do.
That's tough. What are the Ravens going to look like? Now, I know that their coach is defensive-minded, and their defense struggled, and they have a lot of talent on defense. And Lamar Jackson, not the same Lamar he was 4 years ago. Hell, none of us in this room are the same person we were 4 years ago. But last year, Lamar Jackson, I'm not going to run as much, which is interesting to think about that because it kind of caused him to have some ugly sacks where it's like, no, still use one of your great weapons in your legs. You're not out here to prove anything to anybody. You won the MVP twice. You need to get to the AFC Championship game and prove that you can carry this team now as you are the leader. Now, he's got a big year this year. This is technically a contract year for Lamar Jackson. They're not going to do any of the discussions this year. They're waiting. So now he can go out there and say, okay, do I get my 3rd contract with the Ravens? Or is my time been here and now it's time to, move on? I don't know. Consensus would tell me this is the last time we see Lamar Jackson as a Baltimore Raven. I don't know if they pay him.
I don't hate that.
I don't know if they pay him the money that he may desire if he does have a solid year this year, in a year where a lot of people have the Ravens being a pretty good team. So that's another thing I'm watching.
The Lamar thing is very interesting to me because if he does go out there and doesn't play well and wants to move on, Baltimore may allow him to move on at this point in time too. And maybe he doesn't, get along with the new head coach. I don't know, what the situation is there with him, but we'll have to see. It's a big year. That's an interesting point for Lamar Jackson. I think he could, of the big 4, Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, and Lamar, I think he's number 1 on the list. He could go somewhere else. Burrow's a close 2 where he could go somewhere else too. Allen's a close 2 as well. I think all 3 of those guys end up somewhere else. I think Patrick Mahomes of those 4 is the only one who stays with his team the entire time.
The Bills do not let Allen go. No way.
That's what we said about the Patriots too. No way they're going to let Tom Brady
You're talking
go.
by the time he's 40 years
I
old.
would say that would be when it would happen.
Yeah. No, I'm talking entire career. I think all 3 of those guys do end up somewhere else and play somewhere else. I don't think Mahomes does. Now he could. I mean, hell, Montana, Brady, everybody goes somewhere else at the end of their career. But I think Lamar goes first. I think Burrow goes second. Allen goes 3rd to another team.
Because I think I had to take, about a month ago, I said Patrick Mahomes never plays anywhere but Kansas City.
Yep, which would be rare.
And then the 3rd thing that I'll watch, the 1-score games of Denver. Because 2 years ago, that was the Chiefs thing. Well, they won 11-1 in 1-score games. Can they keep that up? And then next year, they didn't. Denver did that last year. Can Denver do that this year? So maybe a minute thing that I'll look at is how electric the offense could possibly look in L.A. for the Chargers, not the Rams. I know what the Rams offense is. One of the top quarterbacks, one of the top wide receivers now. A suspension could be looming for Puka Nacua. as we get into that a little bit more later on in the side, because there's more trouble for one of the worst off seasons a player could have in the NFL. But you move on from where they rank power rankings to where they rank in the offensive line. Looks like the Chiefs come out at 16th on offensive line, preseason offensive line consensus ranks. So they just take a bunch of different names and what they think and where the Chiefs lie. And the media number is the Chiefs have the 16th best offensive line heading into the season. Again, we can sit here and be homers and say, yeah, Josh Simmons is a wall. Kingsley Suamataia is a, not a failed left tackle pick, but a rejuvenated pick at left guard. We know what Creed is. Trey Smith is starting to give me some questions that I don't like. Kling mentioned it, that, it's the hip and he's got, some issues there, and it's, you got to, get some rehab on that. That's scary to me. And then we've had the right tackle discussion of, is it Benson? Is it Jalen Moore? We all agree it's probably going to be Jalen Moore.
Oh, I would say Benson.
You think Benson gets the nod starting day one on Monday Night Football?
Starting week one, I think it's Khalil Benson, because he's been starting with the ones in training camp because he's looked really, really good.
Yeah. Also, he could be just getting reps with the ones, and however you want to look at it.
We got to take something from training camp. I mean, something has to matter, and I'm gonna say that matters.
Well, we'll see. I mean, we'll see if they decide to go with an undrafted free agent at right tackle. If he earns the job, then he earned the job. Okay, we don't place people in positions because we paid them. Now, some people do, and it happens sometimes. And sometimes you don't have a choice. You got to play these guys because you paid them. But in a situation like this where there seems to be an open battle, if Khalil Benson is really that guy, they're probably looking at him going, how the hell did this guy not get drafted? Like looking at him in every rep in practice, they're like, damn, we got lucky with this guy. Or not got lucky. I hate saying that. They did their job. They scouted these players. They knew where they were. They worked out better than any other team to go get a guy like this. Because I guarantee you every team in the league right now would want an offensive lineman that was an undrafted free agent become a starter. Think of all the dough you save.
Who's more impactful on their team as a free agent signing, Jalen Waddle or Kenneth Walker?
I'd say Ken Walker.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Ken Walker is one of the most impactful free agents that was signed in the NFL this offseason because of the ability to change your entire identity.
Waddle's huge, though, for them. Massive.
He's a solid number 2. Yeah. They didn't have that last year.
He might be their number 1. We'll see.
Over Cortland?
We'll see.
Obviously, different wide receivers.
Yep.
But I thought that was interesting to think about, like additions made in the offseason. Obviously, the Raiders draft Mendoza. They revamped their offensive line. They get back Max Crosby. The Chargers go and get Mike McDaniel from being fired in Miami. What can they do with that offense with him? Because he said in fantasy football, don't pick one running back. We're going to give everybody the ball. I think Omarion Hampton's going to be the guy.
He'll still be the guy.
Right? Like, I think you could look at Omarion Hampton's role as like what Achane did in Miami. And yes, there will be, what's his name? Vitale? Is that the backup?
Yeah, Kamani Vidal.
Yeah, I think he'll be a lot like Raheem Mostert, where he pisses a lot of people off, where you've got Omarion Hampton, 12 carries, 100 yards, no touchdowns.
I think it might be Keaton Mitchell, too.
Keaton Mitchell's in there as well. They got a 3-man backfield there. Yep. And then the Chiefs. What's the impact Ken Walker's going to have on this team, let alone the offensive line that we're talking about, and the guy that we shouldn't sleep on, Patrick Mahomes, who now has a absolute bell cow to running back.
Yeah, he's lucky that he's got this guy now finally at the right time in his career. They've kind of revamped that offense to help Patrick Mahomes. I think K9 helps this offense more than any other addition on any other team, this year, save a quarterback, obviously. But it's just not just him. His presence changing the dynamic of this offense is going to be very interesting to watch.
Yeah, when you look at the offensive line rankings, something that really speaks out to me is the discrepancy.
No one
has the discrepancy that the Chiefs do. Maybe the Saints, you got low as 27, high as 7 for the Saints. But 3 different conglomerates, 3 different people, however you want to say it, depending on who it was, ranked them 8th. And then you've got 4, 5 that ranked them in the 20s as low as 25th ranked offensive line. People don't know what they're going to see yet.
No, they really don't.
It's unknown right now.
And that's part of the reason why I think maybe the Chiefs aren't getting a lot of love is because there are, for a lot of people, still unknowns out there, and they just don't know what they're going to see. And a lot of people probably think they just can't continue to keep this going, can they? Yes, they will continue to keep this going because that's who they are. And so after the first couple of weeks, the ships will all right themselves, and everybody will be back to going, son of a gun, they did it again.
And to your point, Dusty, if Trey Smith is not there, then yeah, maybe they are in the 20s.
Yeah.
That would be bad.
It's not good.
Because then you're going to have really Jalen Moore most likely and playing Benson. Right guard, and then you have Khalil Benson. So now the right side.
Have Benson playing guard. You have Jalen Moore playing tackle.
Yeah, that's probably what I would do.
That's what they'll do. Yeah. That's what I think they'll do is what I'd say.
I'm trying to think like who can benefit more from this offensive line, Patrick Mahomes or Ken Walker.
Yeah, this is the best offensive line potentially that Ken Walker's played for.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
His offensive line, I don't know where they ranked last year when it came to best offensive lines in football, but you look at the stats that we just went over, and the Seahawks, I mean, they're kind of just right above the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Think about how good the Chiefs' defense or offensive line was last year, and say however you want to look at their offensive line. Now, imagine that offensive line and being those linemen, looking at guys in front of you, knowing that you're passing every single time, and knowing that you're screwed and your back is against the wall before the ball is even snapped because you didn't have a balanced offense. And they still did a fairly decent job last year. Now that you're going to have this balanced offense, I'm so excited to watch this offensive line finally get the opportunity to kind of go out there and be a legitimate offensive line.
And we could talk more about, the defense and stuff like that, because somebody says, did you guys see that Jaden Daniels is now fighting the count on Sesame Street as he's trying to get rid of the number 5? Can't make it up. It's just great. Keep them coming. Coming up on the other side, the WWE or the WNBA, what's got more drama? We'll find out next on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Emmett Johnson, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, the summer's rolling along, and that means the heat's going to stay there, which means you need to cool down with a Surfside. You know what I'm talking about. You go out to the K, you're watching the game, 0 bubbles, 0 troubles in your hand with a Surfside. Grab a delicious Surfside today. It's only 100 calories, and the best part is 0 bubbles. That means there's 0 troubles. So it's easy to sip and enjoy while you're at the game or hanging at the tailgate. Also, ask for Surfsides at your local bar and liquor store and grab it at the game. You must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
At Farmers, our honesty is contagious.
Wait, am I going to catch honesty?
Well, when you're with Farmers, it's kind of inevitable.
Well, how long does it take to... I lied to you when you asked if I knew what a deductible was. I don't know my dad's birthday, and I thought umbrella policies were for rainstorms. Actual rainstorms. I have it, don't I?
You don't just have honesty.
You have Farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Learn more at farmers.com. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or Affiliate. Products not available in every state.
Man, I should not have tried to handle this car wreck stuff myself.
Why?
Insurance keeps calling. I gotta find a body shop, rental car, doctor's appointments. Now they're asking for a bunch of other things.
Dude, why are you trying to do this yourself?
Call the Car Crash Kings.
That's literally what they do. You worry about getting better. They deal with the insurance, the paperwork, the calls, all of it.
Hurt in a car wreck? Don't do it yourself. Call the Car Crash Kings. It's what we do.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely from advertisements.
Hi, I'm Carter.
And I'm Charlie. We'd like to share a quick story about a homeowner named Jack.
Jack had a home he needed to sell fast.
And Jack thought he had it all figured out.
So Jack talked to multiple cash buyers.
Jack chose the highest offer.
But the day before closing, guess what? The buyer backed out,
leaving Jack with the moving truck all packed in the driveway and not sure what to do.
Jack learned the hard way that the highest offer isn't always the right offer.
Jack got suckered.
Make sure you aren't hung out to dry.
Call our dad at Rex Buys KC.
Our dad is local, he knows Kansas City, and he actually closes deals.
No repairs, no fees, no showings, no surprises.
Just a fair cash offer and a smooth process.
Now, don't be like Jack.
Call 816-330-6000 or visit rexbuyskc.com.
Rex Buys KC, helping people make smart choices one home at a time.
One contractor, all things parking lot. That's who they are over at Gann Asphalt and Concrete, a locally owned and operated company who is ready to take on that project for you, whether it be commercial paving services, asphalt services, or any large-scale project. The first thing a client sees about your business is the parking lot, and Gann Asphalt and Concrete is ready to make sure it gives the right first impression. Trust a locally owned and operated company who is ready to do that work for you. Give them a call, 816-688-3512, or check them out at GannAsphalt.com.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, Check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Did you know Skechers makes high-performance footwear for almost every sport you play? Here's what our athletes are saying.
Hi, I'm pro basketball player OG Anunoby. I dominate in Skechers basketball. Skechers delivers championship-level performance.
I'm WNBA star Jackie Young. Skechers keeps me quick, comfortable, and ready for anything.
And you can get high-performance Skechers and hands-free slip-ins technology. Just step in and perform.
I'm pro golfer Matt Fitzpatrick. I play in hands-free Skechers golf slip-ins.
Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or whatever high-performance sports shoes are sold.
Country music's biggest selling superstar, Luke Combs, presents My Kinda Saturday Night Tour 2027, playing at Arrowhead Stadium Saturday, May 15th. With special guests Treaty Oak Revival, Avery Anna, Shenandoah, and Wyatt McCubbin. Luke Combs, live in concert in Kansas City. Register now for the pre-sale at lukecombs.com.
Chiefs coverage is brought to you by New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola.
Spring hail means big savings at New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola. Save up to $15,000 on hail damage new and used vehicles, plus all factory incentives. But this hail of a sale won't last long. New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola. You always pay less in Paola.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Kansas side, 70 westbound still shut down at K7 with an accident out of town. 635 southbound slow from Shawnee Drive to 35. 35 southbound heavy from 635 down to Johnson Drive with an accident reporting heading out of the Grandview Triangle. 71 northbound heavy from 470 up to Bannister with construction. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
So, I don't know if my brain thinks it's garage time, but I had a thought. How can you replicate the Field of Dreams game into the NFL? Because there's not a lot of old NFL stadiums around, right? Like there's
none. I mean, yeah.
I mean, Lambeau's probably the most iconic football field stadium,
and that's
in
not
the
really
game.
old per se. Like that,
you can't just have some two teams play there.
I mean, the only way I always thought you could maybe do something like that,
leather helmets.
Yeah, right. Well, that would be great. You'd eliminate concussions. Nobody leading with their head anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I firmly believe that. You took helmets away from the NFL, concussions would be gone.
Look at rugby.
I mean, exactly. 100%. I mean, you never hear about concussions.
Sir, you're bleeding out of your ear. Give me a beer. I need to get back in there.
Yeah, because guys just aren't leading with their head. They got a deadly weapon on your head, for God's sakes. What was the question?
How can you replicate the Field of Dreams game into the NFL?
I think playing at college stadiums would have always been cool. Like seeing a game, I always thought the best way to do it was take two NFL teams, whoever they are, and find that college that's halfway in between. Like, for example, Chiefs and Cowboys play in OU, or Chiefs and Broncos play in Lincoln.
So that's the way.
Yeah, I think so. Or maybe Vikings and Packers play in Iowa or something like that. Iowa's the hotbed for every team that doesn't have a
Would you sell that game out?
Yeah.
100,000 seats?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Like, what if the Lions played at Michigan Stadium in a game?
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That would be kind of cool, right? Yeah. I think that would be kind of neat to see something, like that, because obviously Michigan Stadium is the big house, so you could fit a lot more people. Probably 40,000 more people could go to that game than normally would go to a game at Ford Field. That's just my opinion on that. I always thought that would be kind of fun to do something like that. Like the Rams and Chargers could play an LA game, and maybe you play it at the Coliseum, or you do something, at the Rose Bowl, something like that. I think that's the way you do it. I don't know if there's a direct equivalent. What do you guys think?
I like the text lines option here.
Yeah.
Is do a Friday Night Lights edition on a Friday night and have two NFL teams play like in a historic high school stadium.
That would be cool.
I mean, it'd be somewhere in Texas or Oklahoma.
Like you'd have to go to Midland and play out there because that's what it was based on, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you could get the Cowboys to go out there and say Phoenix, Arizona kind of meet halfway, because that kind of is halfway between those two places, that would be kind of cool to do something like that and keep it at whatever Midland seats, 10,000 people, keep it at that level and really do something neat like that. Yeah, I think that would be kind of fun, actually. Because, these high school stadiums in Texas now, guys, are insane. They're bigger than college stadiums
Just type in Odessa, Texas football stadium high school, and you'll be like, what?
What? That's high school?
What are the boosters out there doing? Oil.
Yeah,
That's the answer.
but it's not just, it's everyone. Look at the Dallas area. Every time they build a new high school, they build a stadium that's bigger than, whatever district they are. Like Olathe, they build a new high school. I got to build my stadium bigger than the old Olathe. Like, come on, man. That's all it's about down there. It's nuts with that high school football. So that's kind of a cool idea.
I like the high school thing. It had to be after the high school season's over, but you could do that at like the end of, you could do that at the beginning of December, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Because most, at least here, I think state championship games are like the weekend of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
At least they used to be when Blue Springs was running the house.
I'm
baby.
sure if an NFL team wanted to play, though, in a high school, they'd acquiesce at any time.
My buddy Travis just texted me and said, this is how preseason games should be played.
I agree with that, too. They used to do that. They used to play preseason games every once in a while at different places, right? Yeah. They had the American Bowl for a while that they did in Tokyo, but they also played, I think the Chiefs at one point did play in Norman at some point in time. Arkansas would be kind of cool to have a game there. Maybe the Saints and Chiefs meet at Fayetteville and play a game there.
And those games, if it's preseason, may struggle to sell out, but...
Yeah, the preseason games, if you want to really hit, you got to do regular
80
season.
to 100,000 seats if you're going to a college stadium. That's
and
a lot.
you saw those preseason games last night. There was nobody there.
Arrowhead won't sell out Saturday.
No, God, no. Well, maybe the tickets will be sold, but nobody's showing up, right? Yeah. So you're right, Mac. You have to do a regular season game. You can't roll in there.
Hey, let's go to the Chiefs game today. Homer Simpson's dad walks out, rocks right back in his house. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
99.
Yeah. You're trying to grow the game. You don't send somebody the preseason, right? So no, you'd have to do a regular season game.
I'm glad you said growing the game because I'm going to let you and Mac have a conversation here about what's going on with the WNBA. There are issues. There are things going on right now that are they're letting things get out of hand, and they're not attacking things the way they should. Obviously, there's some people that will reference the flagrant foul against Sophie Cunningham, and then the player that committed the flagrant foul was kicked out of the game and then tweets in the locker room. There's the coach for the Indiana Fever that also is being highly scrutinized for the way that she is handling things. And then there's people that are like on your side, Bob, that say, you have this superstar in Caitlin Clark. Why are you not exploiting her into a way that the NBA did Michael Jordan? Mm-hmm. And then Mac's side of the argument, before you guys get into this, not an argument, conversation, is that this league has more than Caitlin Clark. Embellish that. The league that Michael Jordan came into, yes, he was the solidified superstar. There was more. Bird, Magic, Thomas, all these guys, or Isaiah Thomas, all these guys were in that league. The thing is, nobody's on the same page, and it's messy.
And a lot of this was, the same. When Jordan came, when Tiger came, when these new hot stars came into their league, the old guard didn't like them. And then in about 10 minutes, the old guard realized, I say 10 minutes, probably took about a year. The old guard realized, these new guys are bringing a lot of eyeballs. They're bringing a lot of money. They're bringing a lot of sponsors. They're making all of our lives better. We're rising up with everybody because of Michael Jordan, because of Tiger Woods. Those are the two in my lifetime that I can look at and say dramatically changed their sports. The NBA was a dead stick for the most part until Michael Jordan came in here. Their conference championships and NBA final games were played at 3 o'clock and they were on tape delay. Michael Jordan came in and he took the league by storm. They finally embraced Michael Jordan, and the league became better for it. Same thing with golf. And in the WNBA, I heard Boomer Esiason say this. It's a WWE, basically, is what this is. It's all about the storylines. I'm not going to watch a WNBA game. I don't care about the level of play in the WNBA. I'm not a basketball fan. But the storylines are what impacts everybody right now. And the storylines seemingly are all the time, for whatever reason, it all starts with anti-Caitlin Clark instead of loving up Caitlin Clark. The only person who ever forced WNBA teams to have to look for bigger arenas, forced a huge ESPN contract. Caitlin Clark is the WNBA, and for the casual fan like me, which I know I'm the majority of when it comes to the WNBA, you've got to embrace the person that hits the most households and people love the most, and they're just not doing that. And she continues to deliver television ratings, and her team continues to deliver television ratings and attendance that pale in comparison to anybody else out there. She's that dynamic, and they continue to not embrace her. And again, if this league wants to stay around, you can't continue to cannibalize yourself.
They put her on prime time just as much and more than anyone else. They do embrace her. She's third in attendance. It is not pale in comparison. The Indiana Fever have gone down in attendance the last 4 years. They have now 10 teams over 10,000 average attendance. 2 years ago, that was 6. Last year, that was 7. This game is growing all around. Viewership is up 15%, not just in Caitlin Clark games. The viewership of the WNBA is up 15%. That's because the talent is better for the casual basketball viewer. You're not a casual basketball viewer. You're not casual isn't even the right word for you. Also, when you compare Michael Jordan to Caitlin Clark to Tiger Woods, the one difference
the blinds are closed on this one.
Exactly. Yeah. And you're not really.
And they're probably never going to be
open. So that part I don't really care about what you're going to watch because you won't.
No, I'm not.
You barely watched the NBA Finals last year. It was the best NBA Finals we have in the last decade, right? So, and it was your team in it, right? And that's what it took. So that is not the measure of how this works. Also, with Caitlin Clark, she's the face of the league as far as drive and viewership's concerned. But the biggest difference is with Michael Jordan, with Tiger Woods, those were the best players. She is not the best player. So the acceptance from other players is a little bit different when you're talking about a person who's not the best player.
She may not be the best player, but she's the best damn thing that's ever happened to that league.
And that may be true, but now we've got other things in that league that are driving forces, and that's why other teams have.
But who? For me, from my standpoint, you're right. I'm not coming to the party.
It's
More
not about
people
you. It's
are
about
like
other
me,
people. But no, it's 15% viewership is up. Their ABC and ESPN games are now up 5%. That's not from just Caitlin
Clark. There's also
that's from
new ways
of
managing the ratings. The rating thing to me.
So you're going to use ratings for when it's Caitlin Clark, but when it's someone else and it's Bob, you're just going to say, they have different ways.
I said arena size. You forced the Washington Mystics to move into a bigger arena. The Atlanta Dream, the Las Vegas Aces, all these teams were playing in these bigger arenas. Not because of them, because Caitlin was coming to town and people wanted to see Caitlin Clark. She is the number one draw and attraction for the WNBA. She's the reason why you're saying these ratings or whatever are increasing. She brings everybody to the party. It's up to the rest of the league to get them to stay. Some people are staying, but they're not going to stay that long. They really are. It's not an interesting sport.
Completely disagree.
It's just not. The storylines are interesting.
Every number tells you opposite. The viewership has gone up the last 5 years. The attendance has gone up the last 5 years. Take Caitlin Clark out of this
and see where it goes.
I mean, they're third in attendance for a reason.
Take Caitlin
They've gone
Clark
down
out
in
of this.
attendance the last 2 years.
Well, you can only get so high. Eventually, you've already seen it. You know, the Chiefs aren't the number one team in attendance every year, and they've got the best player on planet Earth.
But other teams are growing. It's not just them decreasing. Other teams are growing.
We'll see how
in
this continues to grow. If the behavior continues like this, where everything is a fight, everything gets nasty, there's no leadership, you're having meetings.
If you want to talk about leadership, completely agree. The leadership's bad.
And leadership should have stepped in and goes, guys, we're all embracing Caitlin Clark. She is great for the league. I don't care what you think about her, what your opinion is. But we need to, I'm not saying coddle. I'm saying just embrace. They're going out of their way to take Caitlin Clark out.
I don't think that's the case.
The other teams. Oh. I mean, she gets beat up on all the time.
Yeah,
Sophie Cunningham gets beat up on all the time.
That's crazy. Yeah, I disagree. Yeah, there's hard fouls all the time in the NBA. Yeah, you watch. Again, you don't watch, but Paige Beckers gets beat up all the time, and no one says a word. No one cares. It's because it's Caitlin Clark. So
because she's the face of the league.
It's bad for her reputation as well. And I love that. And you mentioned her not getting any love, not being promoted. I disagree. These last couple of weeks have been great for her. Her lack of comments on everything has given me and a lot of other people more appreciation for her because she's caring about what she cares about, which is basketball, a lot like what Michael Jordan would have done as well.
No, I think it's great that she's not saying anything right now. I think it's wonderful. It's pissing people off that she's not saying anything.
Every metric points to the WNBA growing, and that's not Caitlin Clark. That Caitlin Clark's the part of that. She was the
catalyst.
She was the initial surge, but we're 3 years past that.
Yeah.
And it's growing.
Okay, we'll see if it continues to grow because I'm just not in on the WNBA. I think it's a very small piece of the pie that people are saying is growing. And again, with the TV ratings, Nielsen keeps changing everything. And even people with the NFL now are going, all right, let's hang on a second here till we get this rectified and how all of this truly does match up. Because I'm sure you can find TV ratings and attendance ratings that fit any sort of argument that you want to make. But the WNBA is growing, and it's where it is because of Caitlin Clark. If she never came on the scene, we're not talking ever about the WNBA.
Pizza. And that ends our debate there on the WNBA. Good stuff, guys. I always think that's fun to let you guys go at it like that because it's interesting.
Thanks, man.
Of course, absolutely. That's what the show's about, trying to get people more involved. Look, They brought Dusty Likens in this show, and ratings would tell you that I'm Caitlin Clark.
Men's
I'm
wieners.
kidding. I'm not that arrogant.
The FM will tell you.
That's
the
exactly
FM is
right.
Caitlin Clark.
That's right. Coming up, we'll get back into what the Field of Dreams was last night, and we'll talk more about this Kansas City Chiefs game on Saturday at 3 o'clock at Arrowhead Stadium here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Noah Williams, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for the Chiefs, 96.5 The Fan.
All right, I'll tell you about my friends over at Fanatics Sportsbook. It is America's fastest growing sportsbook. And if you ever wonder why, here's the reason why. Fan Cash is the ultimate currency to betting with Fanatics. It lets you stack Fan Cash, and you can get up to 10% Fan Cash back on your wagers, win or lose. And you can use your Fan Cash to unlock the world of Fanatics with unlimited profit boost, exclusive merch, collectibles, game tickets, and so much more. And don't forget about Fan Cash Fridays right here on 96.5 The Fan every Friday. Just be the 10th caller on our contest line to win $100 in Fan Cash. They're giving away millions in Fan Cash this year with games like the Fan Cash Drop right in the Fanatics Sportsbook app. So tap in every Friday and see what the fuss is all about. Switch to a sportsbook that will always give you more to play with. Go check it out yourself and download the Fanatics Sportsbook app today. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 and over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. Offer not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Sportsbook app.
Fire up the grill. It's football season, and Booth Creek Wagyu is beefing up your game. When you buy 10 pounds or more of our legendary Booth Creek Wagyu ground beef, you'll get it for the unbelievable price of just $8 a pound. That's America's most premium ground beef at grocery store prices. And don't forget our world-class Booth Creek Wagyu steaks and free samples available at our two locations, 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf, inside the Deer Creek shops. And we're always open at boothcreekwagyu.com.
Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident? Call Jay Southland Tow Service, 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all. Be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow.
Hop in a John Deere Gator XUV for a day's work. Let's see what's on the to-do list. There goes the tree and the fence. Not a problem, because you've got a cargo box filled with solutions. Up to 4,000 pounds of towing capacity, and you're ready to roll.
The power's out!
Here we go again. The Gator XUV, built for every kind of workday. Learn more at johndeere.com/Gator XUV. Nothing runs like a deer.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this rush hour ad to keep you calm, which could help your driving. And science says therapy is great for a healthy mindset. So enjoy this 14-second session on us. I think you've done everything right and absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, anything that hasn't gone your way could probably be blamed on your father not being emotionally available because his father wasn't emotionally available, and so on. And now that you're calm and healing, you're probably driving better too.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Paid for, client portrayal, and endorsement. Choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I do know. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500.
Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Kansas side 35 southbound heavy from 635 down to Johnson Drive with an accident. 70 westbound still shut down at K7 with an accident out of town. East side 70 westbound slows from Van Brunt over to 27th. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Tune in to Cody and Gold starting at 10 as they broadcast live from Chiefs training camp with exclusive one-on-one interviews and real-time updates from practice. This is your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station. This is Fescoe and Dusty.
I got Mahomes' balls in my hands.
On your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, yeah, football.
From potholes to pop-ups, we got it covered.
Hey!
Here's Bob Fescoe.
Take a bite out of my ass.
And Dusty Likens.
Big nuts. All right, before we get into the sports topic, I do want to get into this. Good idea or bad idea? Mac, you were the most recent to leave high school. Now it's been 20 years or 10 years.
Yeah.
So this comes from Wyandotte High School. You hear about this? We've established a two-step procedure. Golford said our administrative team will manage collections of cell phones at entry and dismissal.
That's a state. Everybody in the
Everybody in the state of Kansas?
Yeah, they're gone this
They
year.
have
No
cell phone
phones.
lockers.
Yeah, they're banned. Yep.
Good idea, bad idea?
Okay.
I think bad idea. So when you walk into school,
Wow.
give me your cell phone, and then your cell phone has a locker slot that you put it in there.
I don't know if anybody's doing the locker, but the phones are banned in school, and if you get caught with them, you're screwed. Like the kids have already come home. They're like, I don't know like how we're going to do this and how it's going to be effective because, a couple of things that the kids did bring up to me that I think do make a lot of sense is like, our sports teams communicate with us via text message all day. Our coaches are texting us and letting us know if practice has been moved, if game times changes. Like that's a line of communication that the kids have with a lot of their teachers. And I don't want to even say it's a lifeline to mom and dad. We all went to school and didn't have cell phones and did just fine. So I definitely see both sides of it. What I would do, I think there's going to need to be a compromise. And I think if you're in K through 8, you don't need your phone at school. But once you get into high school, you ban the phones in the classroom, but you're allowed to have it at lunch and in the passing periods because you're not even allowed to have it out at lunch anymore. And if they see that phone, they will confiscate that phone, even if it is at lunch or in a passing period. I guess you got to go drop a deuce now, maybe if you want to look at your phone or something like that if you're in high school. But there has to be a happy medium and a compromise because I do think if coaches and teachers are communicating with students via text message, you got to be able to find a way to kind of get in touch with them that way. So I think in high school, you should be able to have it, but only during passing and only during your lunch period or your advisory or whatever it is where you're not in a classroom setting. They should be banned in the actual classroom when learning's going on, but when you're out in the hallway and you got your free period, yeah, you should be able to use that if you're in high school. That's just my take on that.
Somebody says, I work for a school district. My district is not enforcing it. Somebody says, I love this. And then somebody says, I'm a parent and I don't like the cell phone thing. My only issue is, and I know that I'm using a minute issue here, is that, like, what if something is an emergency? Well, and I know people would say they would just call the school.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't buy that one because we all went to school without cell phones and had emergencies all the time. They call the school. They say, Bobby Fescoe, you need to come to the office. Your mommy's on the phone. And so you walk down to the office. What's going on? Hey, don't forget to make sure you put your pants on. Thanks, Mom. Whatever it is. So I don't think they're needed at all in school. I really don't. I think we've allowed ourselves to get to a point where we believe that cell phones are needed in school, but I don't have a problem with them being out during the 3 or 4 minutes that you're passing or the 30 minutes that they give you these days for lunch.
Speaking of cell phones, it was cool to see Jim Tomey on his cell phone coming out of the cornstalk last night at Field of Dreams. Of course, I asked Alex Gold, which I should have known. Goldie! Did you watch that Field of Dreams game last night? No, I didn't watch any of it. I'm so over baseball. Okay? He goes, we've done the Field of Dreams thing before. It's cool.
What's he going to say next year when the Royals are up there, though? Is he going to have that same attitude?
He was like, it was cool and Kevin Costner did it, and now everybody does it. I'm like, okay. So I will move on from that conversation.
Jesus.
So that is.
I thought it was great.
So that's the perfect segue to this conversation. Like, is that something that you want to see more of, and not just baseball, but in football? Because we talked about it earlier. Like, how can you implicate that into the NFL? And somebody had a great idea to put the game at the little Giants field.
Yeah,
it's
O'Shea Stadium. Yeah. He's like, yeah, put it there.
Look, they put names on the jerseys, so the guys at the mower can identify the bodies.
That's right.
But no, I think it is great because in that moment last night, I didn't care that the Twins or the Phillies were playing. I thought that was magical. I thought that was great. Now, here I am, a heavily biased person towards baseball. More of that, please, once a year, and make it a deal.
Yeah.
Now, I understand there's going to be people that are pissed that it was on Netflix and that it wasn't on, like, Fox, whatever, local television. Maybe we can figure that out someday. But again, we now live in a world where streaming devices are huge and the bidding war is going to start. And Netflix does this all the time. They take opening day. They took this game. They're going to take a
home
game
run
on
derby.
Christmas. They had home run derby.
You do know where the ALCS is this year, right?
Netflix.
Amazon.
Okay. So
close, but yeah, Amazon streaming.
But I found it last night in the middle of the dog days of summer where there's a lot of people that are just completely tired on baseball. That was something that I thought maybe gave you a reason to wake up and watch a game, even if it was Philadelphia versus Minnesota, because in the first at bat of the game, Kyle Schwarber takes one deep and it just goes up, and then disappeared into the stop.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. I think it's fantastic. And, I love that style of baseball, the old school baseball, until analytics screwed the game and ruined it for us all. But I absolutely love the Field of Dreams game. It's nostalgia. It's fun. It's father-son type of stuff. And, everybody, I think, would love that. It always pulls at your heartstrings. To have the Field of Dreams music playing and all of those guys emerging from the cornfield, first the two teams coming out in kind of old school uniforms, and then you have the 26 Hall of Famers that were there walk out. I thought it was wonderful. I mean, baseball does so good at pulling on the heartstrings, and then Roger and Cody Clemens having a catch after the game was over was kind of cool
Cody
as well. Yeah. So I loved it, man. I think if you didn't like the Field of Dreams game, I hate to be this guy, like, look in the mirror. What's wrong with you? Because that was everything that was good and fun about sports. I love the Field of Dreams game.
I didn't hate it. Now, again, I know baseball doesn't do it for everybody, but if you could do that in football where maybe preseason games were on a high school field, or let's say that, you find some sort of, because so much talent has been groomed in Texas for high school football. There's got to be a couple of quarterbacks that could play, one of the preseason games, and you could put them on their high school football field. Like back in,
that would be fun too. Yeah.
Like maybe there's another player that came out of Tyler, Texas.
Yeah.
And it's like Mahomes and said player, and they play on, Tyler's field.
Yeah.
Right? That'd be kind of cool. Or, there's somewhere in Oklahoma, or maybe Jerry Jones can expand the game and say, hey, you know what? I own the Arkansas Razorback Stadium. We had a texter say this earlier. I'm biased towards Arkansas, but had the Chiefs and Cowboys play at Arkansas's field.
Yep. Great.
I don't know how many people fit in Razorback Stadium.
80,000.
I think you'd sell that out immediately, and you'd see that sort of different view, because I think it's always interesting when, like, even when you're a kid, you go to hotels, right? Like, oh, this is awesome. It's a room with two beds.
I
but
had
it's
a buddy
not
tell
the one
me
I
all
see
the time.
every day.
Yeah, I had a buddy tell me that when I first had the kids, he goes, do not spend money on vacations. Go to the Hampton Inn in Independence. They have a pool. The kids will love it. And to your point, it's true. It's all the hotel is great. It's neat. It's new. It's something that's different. And so that's the way it was last night. It was just fun. And to have that
Barry
nostalgia.
Bonds, Raleigh Fingers, Jim Tomey, Joe Torre.
All
those guys. LaRusso was
Mike
there.
Schmidt, Steve Carlton, LaRussa. It was just guy after guy. And you're like, man, all the legends of this game are here. I also find it funny that Major League Baseball now has Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds, Albert Pujols, Alex Rodriguez, all of these guys, Tomey, all of these guys that were, in the era of steroids that they don't want to into the Hall of Fame, but they're all out here doing their thing, with A-Rod not being allowed in, Roger not being allowed in, Bonds obviously not being allowed in, but Major League Baseball doesn't shy away from those guys being the faces now of their broadcast, because we're getting to that point where guys like Dusty and I watch these guys play. How do you relate? You have the guys that used to play on the set, and that's what they're doing. And so I look at that and I'm like, man, it is wild to see that they have Bonds and Clemens, the two biggest faces of the steroid era, and A-Rod leading all of their coverage, but yet we can't get them into the Hall of Fame?
Some breaking news. There's a new store that's been rebranded. Five Below, out of the respective Jaden Daniels, is now going to be called $4.99 Below. Fancast Friday, we give you a chance next here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Peter Woods, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football on 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Hy-Vee are gearing up for a big weekend. 88-cent pork chops I saw this weekend only over at Hy-Vee. You got to get in on that. They've got a great meat department over at Hy-Vee. Everything's still hand-cut at Hy-Vee, too, which I absolutely love. We were over there a couple of days ago, and we were getting some steaks cut. Like, how big do you want them? We're like, could you cut them like this? Could you make them like that? They're like, anything you want, we'll take care of at the butcher shop at Hy-Vee. And that's the way they are throughout that entire store. Love going into Hy-Vee, and I love saving money all the time, and I love saving money on gas as well. And that's what Hy-Vee is doing. They're making our life easy with all the convenient services they offer in one trip, including all of your pharmacy needs. It's so easy and convenient to have your prescriptions filled while you shop for your groceries. And now you can get your seasonal flu or COVID vaccines while you wait as well. Now through August 23rd, earn a 5-cent per gallon fuel discount with every prescription you fill at your Kansas City area Hy-Vee. Save time and save money only at Hy-Vee.
$30 million in guaranteed prizes you can cash in this football season out in Las Vegas with 3 Circa Sports contests. Entries starting at $1,000, all with zero rake. Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action, 128 ways to win. Or Circa Survivor. You pick one winner each week, the last one standing wins. And Circa Grandissimo with a $100,000 entry. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. $30 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
Men, if your energy is down, your workouts aren't producing results, you're gaining stubborn weight, losing muscle, sleeping poorly, or just not feeling like yourself anymore, it may be more than just aging. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. Our low T and body composition treatments are designed to help men regain energy, improve focus, sleep better, build lean muscle, reduce unwanted fat, and restore confidence both in and out of the gym. At Heartland Men's Health, we specialize in helping men optimize their health, performance, and vitality. Using personalized medical treatments tailored to your health and goals, many men begin noticing improvements in energy, mental clarity, recovery, motivation, libido, and overall body composition within just a few weeks. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, PSA and T-test, and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Future therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
The burrito is fire.
Hi, this is Maya.
And I'm Antonio. And the little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A hash brown scrambled burrito
is that it fuels our morning.
It's the full package.
You have the chicken, you have the eggs, and then you add these hash browns for a nice little crunch.
The chicken's always nice. It's crispy, it's juicy. And the cheeses, they melt together in a beautiful way.
And it gives me energy. It's perfect.
Order the Chick-fil-A hash brown scramble burrito and Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Sometimes it feels like the news is full of things that have never happened before. And that is not exactly true. In fact, it may have happened this very week, hundreds or thousands of years ago. I'm Sally Helm, host of the podcast History This Week from the History Channel. Trade embargoes? Thomas Jefferson tried them. Rent too high? We've been arguing about that for a while. Each episode is proof. The past isn't that far away. Listen to History This Week, available now on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, Kansas City, it's Johnny Dare. Everyone shopping New Century Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Paola have been saving an unbelievable amount of money on brand new trucks, Jeeps, and SUVs that have slight cosmetic damage from the spring hailstorm. New Century has a wide variety of these vehicles left that are priced to sell. Save thousands and still receive all the factory incentives. Go see my friends at New Century Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram while these deals last. Remember, you'll always pay less in Paola.
See dealer for details.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Today, expect a high of 98 with a chance of showers under partly sunny skies.
Weather brought to you by Staples. It's the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech and more at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
All right, it is that fantastic Friday opportunity for you to win some dough. Fan Cash Fridays are powered by Fanatics Sportsbook, America's fastest growing sportsbook. Be the 10th caller right now on the 96.5 The Fan contest line at 913-586-7965 for your chance to win $100 in Fan Cash from Fanatics Sportsbook every single Friday at 9:20. Winning hits different here, so be caller number 10 right now at 913-586-7965.
Call.
Is that the Bird kid that announced the schedule for the Atlanta Hawks? Did you see that? That is one of the greatest things I've ever seen somebody use for a social media superstar overnight. Not sure anybody else saw this, but the Bird Call kid that went viral over the summer, I guess, at a talent show. Yeah, the Atlanta Hawks said, how about you just do all the teams that are on the schedule and what the bird is from their place? It's awesome. I mean, I think it's great that they did that. But preseason football starts tomorrow for the Kansas City Chiefs. It started last night for the NFL as there was like 9 games on last night?
Seemed like it. There were, I think, about 6 games or something last night. There was a lot. Maybe it was more. I don't know. I think, I don't know. Maybe there were about 6 games. Either way, there were a lot last night. There'll be a lot tonight, too.
Yeah, so last night, I guess they don't have it anymore. That's weird. Oh, yeah, they do. They're all completed. So last night, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games.
6 games.
Tonight, obviously, you get more. You get the Broncos and the Falcons, the Bucks and the Jets, the Dolphins and the Commanders. The Jets and Bucks game is on NFL Network.
Oh.
I'm kind of intrigued to see what those Jets players look like that they drafted.
I am too. Yeah, the Jets will be kind of interesting this year. I think that's going to be a team that by the time the season is over, people are like, damn, Jets in 27 are going to be pretty darn good. They still need to find a quarterback there, though. I mean, the same thing.
Geno.
Yeah, right. Same thing with Arizona. You know, they've got some great playmakers, you know, with the tight end, with their wide receiver, with their running back now, and they don't have a quarterback. You know, it's like, come on, man. You've got all these good pieces. Now you need to get that guy who can get them, you know, the football. And so that's kind of where I am with the Jets right now. I think they got a lot of really good pieces. They had a lot of really good draft picks. I think they're going to be good from an offensive standpoint. And now it's going to start being a kind of a work in progress. And I think we'll know, too, if Aaron Glenn is ready to be part of this rebuild this year as well. I think there's a lot of riding on Aaron Glenn this year to make sure he's the right guy to kind of shepherd this team forward at the Jets. But I think they're going to be better than people think this year.
I think there's also a chance that you're going to see some players in this game when it comes to the preseason game on Saturday, because we watch for rookies, right? That's what we watch for. And, you know, that's what it all matters. You know, like you say meaningless. It's meaningless for the winner and the loser. It doesn't mean anything there. But it is a pretty meaningful game when it comes to what Peter Woods can show, what Cyrus Allen can show, what these guys can, even Justin Fields, because his first time on a field at St. Joe, everybody's like, oh, no, he's still the same. Now we're going to see more of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I think there's some obviously opportunity for a lot of the young guys. Like if you're a player, you don't say it's a meaningless preseason game at all. Bob Fescoe can sit here and say it all he wants. For me, you know, it's meaningless. But for those players, this is an opportunity for a lot of these guys. I always feel bad for like the guy who got cut yesterday because Agba was brought in, right? Like he didn't even get that opportunity to go out there and show what he could do in a game, maybe get a look from somewhere else. But I mean, those are the breaks of kind of playing in the NFL. But no, if you're a fringe guy, these are the opportunities you have. You're not just playing to potentially make the Chiefs at this point in time. You're playing, obviously, to get your name known, and so other people can potentially pick you up. All right, Mark, you're our big winner in our Fan Cash Fridays. We do it every Friday. Congratulations, Mark. on winning this contest. Good morning. How are you?
Good. Doing good.
Well, you won the fan cash. What do you want to spend your money on your big winnings? Let's pretend it was $1 billion.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, I guess we didn't have any luck last night with that, but hopefully this Fanatics cash is going to do me some good.
Yeah, there you go, Mark. We appreciate it. Have a great season with the Chiefs, my man.
Mark, I've got one more question. If you won $5, would you get rid of one of them to have $4 for Jaden Daniels?
Oh, I need a cold beer to think that one over.
Hey, it's 4 o'clock somewhere, Mark.
It is, man.
Cheers, brother.
$4
Enjoy.
beers everywhere. Way to go, Mark. Fan Cash Fridays are powered by Fanatics Sportsbook, America's fastest growing sportsbook. We'll do this every single Friday at 9:20 and give away Fanatics cash here on 96.5 The Fan.
Perfect. So obviously, don't expect to see Ken Walker, Chris Jones, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce.
I love Chris Jones' comments yesterday about preseason.
Yeah.
I'll play when the other number ones play.
Which is great because that means basically that Andy Reid has let them know none of you are playing.
Well, didn't he say something of the fact that the Rams aren't bringing anybody either?
I'm interested to know if they make the flight.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, if they make the trip, I don't know.
I think it's going to be interesting to see. I should have asked Kling that we had him on earlier what the sideline will look like because I don't think Puka's coming.
How could he? Didn't he just get cut in the face or something?
It ran through glass at a Fanatics party.
Yeah. That's right. That's what it was. Yeah.
And then I think where we look at preseason, I know that their sideline might be bleak because, why would you fly halfway across the country for a game?
Well, and you think about how many people you got to fly and travel to in a preseason game. Kling always says the sidelines during preseason games are a disaster area.
Hell yeah.
Because it's double the amount of players for the most part that are down there. You go from 48 on game day to 90. So the sidelines are an utter disaster.
Just covered in smelling salts.
Yeah, insane. It's insane the amount of smelling salts that go on during a game.
Was that last year's debate?
That was last year.
That was last year?
Or maybe it was 2 years ago.
I don't know, because I remember we sent Mac there to see if there was any down there when they played Philadelphia in a regular season game. He was like, dude, it looked like it snowed.
Yeah, I never saw it before until I did the Houston Texan playoff game on the field, and we were down there.
Do velos?
No, nobody even knew. There wasn't velos in 2014, 2015, whatever year that was.
Should have been.
It was just smelling salts everywhere. I'm like, my God, thousands of these things it was on the Houston sideline at that time. But it was insane, the amount of smelling. What were we talking about? Sideline. Yeah. Talk to him on Saturday after the game. Go, what's it like down there with 90 players down there? So to Dusty's point, if you're the Rams, Puka, Stafford,
Kyron,
Myles Garrett,
Devontae Adams, hanging out in his Taco Bell basement.
Yeah, like anybody who's anybody on that team, there's really no reason for them to bring them here to Kansas City and just kind of make them, first of all, stand at Arrowhead at 3 o'clock in the afternoon in 100 degrees, but also just to clog that sidelines up, too. There's double the amount of players down there. It's a mess.
Somebody says that if they won the money on the Fanatics cash, I'd spend the cash on 1/8 of a Bills ticket. The Jaden Daniels jersey thing is equivalent to Cody finally winning a hot dog derby race while wearing the ketchup suit and saying nobody can ever wear ketchup again. And then the other one, this is great. I have to applaud the Chiefs for taking off week 5 for their year just for Jaden Daniels.
That's good.
Just keeps getting better. But again, we go to preseason conversations that get played at Arrowhead this Saturday at 3 o'clock. And I think a lot of eyes will be on 99 and 13. And this former wide receiver in the NFL, Steve Smith, had this to say about Cyrus Allen.
Cyrus Allen is going to be eventually, in my humble opinion, their number one wide receiver. Woo! Here's why. Their quarterback has been wanting a guy like Cyrus Allen, who has the ability to run in the intermediate. Xavier Worthy's right here, Rashid Rice is right here, and they got somebody in the middle that they need, and that's Cyrus Allen.
So there's your underneath guy. Yep. Is Cyrus Allen the Sammy Watkins that Mahomes has much needed over the last few years?
Well, maybe. That's I don't know if he's Sammy Watkins per se, but I think I don't think he's Tyreek Hill. I don't even think he's a combo of those two guys. I don't know what this Cyrus Allen is going to be like once the real games get started. But it could be just what the entire offense needs. And that's that guy that, Patrick has got the ability to finally rely on when it comes to a wide receiver. And I think it's early, but I think it's fair to say Kelce, Cyrus Allen are two guys now that we have heard and seen and have been discussed as people that he can rely on. We've heard it all through training camp. He's forming a kind of a partnership, if you will, with Cyrus Allen. They're doing good things together. So I think that's great. I am excited to see him play a little bit tomorrow, but who knows how much these guys are going to play. A guy like Cyrus Allen, a guy like Mason Thomas, a guy like 99, maybe we see them one series too. Who knows how long they decide to play those guys. Again, I wonder how much, if anything, and I think it probably does factor in the heat tomorrow, how that's going to factor in how much playing time a lot of these guys get, what kind of rotation there's going to be to kind of keep everybody fresh.
You have water breaks?
I don't know.
I'm actually honest.
I'm being serious. No, you said that. I'm like,
in the World Cup they did.
Yeah, but the difference is the defense goes off. They can get rest. The offense, it's not like you're out there that entire time, sub out and do it. But I don't hate that, but they have commercial breaks already tied in. So
if the guys play less, like Peter Woods, I know you could attribute to the heat, but would you maybe make that a positive? Like, oh, okay, they're playing less, meaning we need to see less, meaning they're going to play. Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. I think if you're playing long in preseason games, that's probably not a great thing for you.
I always go back to the first year that Sean Payton was in Denver, and he had Russell Wilson out there until the 2-minute warning in the first half. And the first game against Arizona, that was a cold-cut sign that he did not want you on that team. 2-minute warning in the first playoff preseason game.
He was paying people to target his own quarterback.
That's good. To give a comp, though, I mean, I know Cyrus Allen isn't the size of Sammy Watkins. Cyrus Allen, 5'11", 180. Sammy Watkins was 6'1", 210.
I never pictured Sammy that big, though. That's funny. I always picture these guys 5'8", 5'9",
He's a big boy.
Then you see him in person, you're like, okay, I can totally miss
that checks.
That one. Yeah. Right, 6'1".
But I do think that is interesting to see because obviously we're going to see Khalil Benson's going to get some playing time.
Mm-hmm. He has to. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Josh Simmons, I think, has to be trotted out there.
Yeah.
I know he's your first-round pick.
I
2
love
years
the
ago.
term "trotted out." I just laugh every time somebody says that.
Yeah,
it reminds me of just bad Royals just trotting out there.
I mean, that's basically what preseason. Hey, Josh, you gonna go out there for the second series? All right, I guess I'll go out there.
Simmons or Kling?
Kling's out there all 4 quarters, man.
Who gets more playing time, Kling or Chris Jones on Saturday?
That's the other thing too. You get to see the sideline report from Josh Klingler on Saturday's game, so you know they'll go down to him as well.
You mentioned bad Royals. We'll see Jalen Royals and Jacob DeJesus and Andrew Armstrong.
Yeah, a lot of those guys.
For the wide receiver 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, 4 blank and 6.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you don't have a fifth.
You don't have a fifth.
You don't have a fifth wide receiver.
Do you think the Major League Baseball is going to move away from their fifth starter now for Jaden Daniels?
It's funny. Somebody says they always thought Sammy Watkins was bigger than that.
Oh, see, I always thought he was smaller. That's crazy. I love that. We're completely opposite on that. I always thought he was smaller. You always thought he was bigger. It's crazy how the mind works, man.
6'1", 210. That's still, I mean, that's the thing that's interesting about wide receivers, that like some guys just like play bigger. Like you look at Jamar Chase's like height and weight. I think he's 6 foot 215, but man, he looks like he's 6'3", 240 on the field.
Yep.
But he literally is like 6 foot 215.
I think when guys are faster, they look smaller. And when they're playing the slot position, they look smaller. When you're playing on the outside, you just look taller, I think. I don't know. That's my perception.
At New Year's Eve now, it's going to be 10-9-8-7-6 JD 4321. Happy New Year. I can't stop. Somebody says they're going to be watching Jeffrey Bossa.
Why?
It's a big one.
I mean,
for linebacker purposes,
yeah, we've talked about the linebacker
talk about
room.
the weakest unit on the field for you. For Bobby Betts is the linebackers.
I didn't think he'd be the guy that anybody was particularly.
But that's what preseason
watching.
is. That's why it's so interesting when you think about when you look at preseason football. That's essentially what you're watching. Is you're watching guys that can make a difference that maybe you're not thinking about at that moment. And somebody said on the text line earlier, like, what does Cyrus Allen have to do to kind of give that conversation that we keep carrying on this show that there's a battle at number 2? Max said by week 6, if he does what we think he can do, he could possibly be the number 2 wide receiver coming out of the bye. For preseason's sake, does he make Justin Fields look good? Because we know what Justin...
That's hard to do.
Well, opportunity lies at your feet, Mr. Allen. And if you can do that, or we all know what will happen, it takes one miraculous catch, and it will be revamped over and over and over. I mean, even Jey Uso will be like running it back and having everybody with the yeet thing and all that sort of stuff, because that's what will move the needle for him. And we heard what, Tyrann Mathieu said. We just heard what Steve Smith said. And both of those guys know ball. I'm not trying to be cute there. They actually do. Like, that's one of the best players in Chiefs history for the time that he was here is Tyrann Mathieu completely revamped the defense.
Find somebody who had more of an impact in a period of time like Tyrann Mathieu did on any team. I mean, people are not going to understand how impactful that guy really was, man.
I mean, some people, because you brought that up earlier, like when you talked about Tyrann Mathieu being the best free agent signing the Chiefs ever had.
Yeah.
Jerry Macklin's calling your phone, and Mitchell Schwartz is calling your phone.
Mitchell Schwartz may call my phone. Macklin's not calling me on that one. I'm out.
He was so good, man. He was so good with Alex Smith.
They were okay. Nothing really stands out for me in that Jeremy Macklin era here. I mean, we've had so much since, I've kind of forgotten.
Typical
quite
KU
honestly.
alum over there.
No, it's nothing to do with that. I like J Mac, but I mean, like, I wouldn't put him, I wouldn't even have considered him. Like, he would never have crossed my mind. Mitchell Schwartz is a good one, but no, I think Tyrann Mathieu was the most important free agent signing the Chiefs have had under Andy Reid as of right now. At the time, at the moment, at the place, everything was perfect for that Tyrann Mathieu signing. The team and the player were the perfect match for what they needed here. And I think, Kenneth Walker, K9, he has the opportunity to be that guy for the offense. He has the opportunity to be the offensive addition of Tyrann Mathieu, bringing that piss and vinegar, bringing that anger, bringing that swag. Like when Tyrann came in here, he acted like he was part of that defense that got shredded against the New England Patriots in the AFC Championship game. He took ownership right away. You're kind of seeing that with Kenneth Walker as well, taking ownership right away. It's not about what I did in Seattle last year. It's about how are we going to make this offense better and get back to where we need to be. And so I love when players come in and they embrace like they were part of the problem and now they're going to be part of the solution. And that was Tyrann Mathieu's biggest thing. He came in, he acted like he was part of the problem from the year prior and then became the solution. And I think Kenneth Walker can have that same kind of impact on the offense that Tyrann Mathieu had on the defense. And maybe this time next year we're talking about Kenneth Walker being the guy who is the best free agent signing of the Andy Reid era. As of now, it's still Tyrann because we haven't had a game yet with Kenneth Walker, but he has the ability to be that guy.
Totally agree. Yeah, the not only the discrepancy in what we had last year to this year, but the necessity of needing a run game now for the last 5 or 6 seasons now, needing a guy who can just kind of step up and alleviate some pressure off of Patrick Mahomes. You bring up Jeremy Maclin, it was just a random thought. How many 1,000-yard wide receivers have we had since Andy Reid? Not seasons, because I know Tyreek Hill had multiple seasons, but he's one receiver.
One, right?
Maclin.
Did he have 1,000 yards?
Twice.
Yeah. Who else was on that team with Jeremy Maclin back then, too?
With the Chiefs, he just did it once.
Yeah, Donnie Avery.
Did it once with the Chiefs. But, yeah, he did have almost 1,100 yards with the Chiefs. That is, as long as I'm not forgetting anyone.
2014.
That was also the year they didn't have
2015. 2014, he was on the Eagles, and he had 1,300 yards with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then joined us almost 1,100. But, yeah, I
see the problem.
Unless I'm forgetting somebody, but that's incredible.
No, that's it. There's nobody else. Yeah, there's nobody else as under Andy Reid. I don't think we've had 1,000-yard from a wide. Obviously, Travis.
Yeah, just wide receiver. Those are the two names, and then hopefully Rashee Rice this season.
Yeah.
those are the two names.
What if it's Cyrus Allen? What if Cyrus Allen ends up being your leading receiver this year?
Please, great. Found our Puka.
If I tell you,
Brett Veach has a statue next year.
Yeah. But what would be your first question to me if I said to you right now? At the end of the year, Cyrus Allen will lead this team in receiving. What is your first question to me?
Did Rice do something or get hurt?
See, that's where I would be. What did Rice do? What if I told you Rice had had a great season as well, just wasn't the leading receiver for this team?
Did Brett Veach get an extension? Is my next question.
Yeah, because you find a 5th-round Puka Nacua wide receiver. I mean,
it's what we're needing.
Yeah,
and if Peter Woods is good, if Monster Lane, if this is his rebirth of 2022 draft for Brett Veach, then great.
Then we don't have another GM until Patrick Mahomes is gone.
Yes, exactly right. Exactly right. He solidified himself.
Well,
for sure.
If I'm Brett, honestly, this is what I would do. I'm out when Andy goes.
Yeah. See ya. I hope not.
No, I don't want to do this Brady or Belichick thing. Right? I'll be out when Andy goes. I ain't sticking around after this.
Because what is Brett? 44?
He's younger than I am. So yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, early 40s. Yeah,
48.
Okay. So
he's 48. Is he?
1 year.
So 1 year younger than me.
You guys just became really good friends.
Wow,
With that
I thought he was much younger. Well, I mean, my chest is getting there, Brett. We're gonna have a chest measuring contest here real soon.
Live on Instagram.
We should do it live on Instagram. I mean, no, he's got a barrel chest. You've heard me talk about Brett's chest.
It's a liner.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
As it should be.
The most underrated chest out there, right?
Yes.
But I'm going to catch Brett Veach when it comes to best chests in Kansas City.
Okay. Are we putting a timeline
Should
on
we
that?
do a calendar? Best dudes' chests in Kansas City. I'll be the cover
Absolutely.
art.
Yeah, you can do.
Brett Veach. Who else would be on that? I think just the two of us.
I think I'll pass on that one. I can't hold my own weight in that.
Yeah, I'm out on that. I'm trying, man. Trying.
You'll get there.
Yep.
Hey, it took me almost to 50 to start lifting weights and getting serious about it.
I don't have a chest. I have like a dresser. Humble. But yeah, no, straight facts. But no, I think the Ken Walker sign makes sense for Kansas City more than other people want to say that it does, because they didn't run the ball effectively, and let alone they didn't allow people to trust them that they would run the ball. And, you know, to give it an analogy of life, I think that you might have something that your house needs that your neighbor doesn't. And he might say, why do you have that? And you're like, dude, I get shade on this side of my house, so I need this tent. It's expensive, but I needed it to keep me outside longer to enjoy my summer evenings. Whereas the sun might not hit his yard at that point. So to him, that was a dumb buy. But for you, it was really smart.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
you are going to use that, and it's going to be effective. Whereas like a team like, I don't know, Detroit, who said, Dave Montgomery, we're no longer going to need you. We're going to go get Ken Walker. That wouldn't make sense because you have Jahmyr Gibbs. Atlanta being like, hey, we've always ran two running backs with Bijan Robinson and Algier. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring in Ken Walker. Well, that doesn't make sense because you have a featured running back and everybody knows you're going to run the ball. The Kansas City Chiefs are coming off Clyde Edwards-Helaire, which, whether we like it or not, was a failed experiment. Coming off of Isaiah Pacheco, that once the leg snapped, it never was the same.
Yeah, it was
And then
over.
everybody just, as Bucky Brooks had reported, earlier this week, everybody just sat back in a two-shell and said, you know what, Mahomes still underneath. We don't trust Xavier Worthy to make a big play. Rashee Rice isn't going to be here till week 7. We know you can't throw it deep, so we're just going to force you to dink and dunk. Well, when you can do that and you're not going to run the ball, it gives everybody an extended way to look at your offense. And now, with Ken Walker joining the team, you have a reason to make people believe in what you're going to do.
Look, you gave the defense such an easy out last year. We're not going to even worry about the run. If they beat us with the run, then they beat us with the run. There's nothing we can do about that, but they're not going to beat us with the run. So all we're going to concentrate is on the pass. And you gave the defenses last year such an opportunity to beat you, such an easy opportunity to beat you. Now you've got this player in here at a position that you didn't have for the last 2 years, and now it becomes a lot more difficult for defenses to game plan against you. You're keeping these people up during the week now, which is a good thing, which we haven't had since the early days of Mahomes.
To give you an example, look what the Chiefs did in the Super Bowl against Philadelphia Eagles. Hey, they got Saquon Barkley, who's having an MVP season, 2,000 yards. We got to stop Saquon Barkley. 54 yards rushing. Jalen Hurts beat you.
Beat you. Get bent.
Spent too much time focused on that running back. Didn't think Jalen Hurts would beat you. Thing is, you have Patrick Mahomes, not Jalen Hurts. Coming up on the other side, we get into our Richards of the Week and wrap up this show on a Friday here on 96.5 The Fan. You're home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Josh Simmons, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control are saying, hey, your lawn needs to look as good as the Fescoe yard. And we made that yard look awesome. And all the credit in the world goes to my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control for finally giving us the lawn that we can be proud of. Finally giving us a lawn that everybody on the block is looking at and going, it looks great. Finally giving us a lawn that we like to sit outside and enjoy every single night. And that's the time of year it is, right? Summertime. You want to be outside, but sometimes you got those mosquitoes flying around. That's why you put up the mosquito dome from Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. Keeps those mosquitoes, those ticks, those fleas, all of that nonsense out of your yard, and it keeps it safe for you and for your pets as well. With Aspen Lawn and Pest Control, they've got college-educated professionals who know about the climate, the soil, and everything here in Kansas City, so you know they're going to do the job done right the first time. Right now, they're going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Country music's biggest selling superstar, Luke Combs, presents My Kinda Saturday Night Tour 2027, playing at Arrowhead Stadium Saturday, May 15th. With special guests Treaty Oak Revival, Avriana, Shenandoah, and Wyatt McCubbin. Luke Combs, live in concert in Kansas City. Register now for the pre-sale at lukecombs.com.
Telly Tire and Auto Center's biggest sale is back. The tires at cost sale. That's right, you pay what we pay on any in-stock tires from Telly's huge inventory. Our certified techs will even mount and balance them for only $30 per tire. All that plus a 30-day ride guarantee and lifetime tire protection. Gas and grocery prices may be going up, but there's never been a better time to buy tires. Reserve yours now at TELLEtire.com before our sale ends. Take care of your car. Take it to Telly. Additional charges apply for tire disposal and road hazard warranty.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a social media manager.
Did you just post our Q4 earnings to your personal social media?
Oh yeah, used the trending audio and everything.
That's confidential financial data.
Relax, it only went a little viral.
The SEC just commented with the eyeball watching emoji.
This is your job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Men, when addressing the problem of erectile dysfunction, you want the right treatment for your specific medical situation because every case is different, and finding the right treatment can mean the difference between just an okay experience and an amazing one. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and at our practices, we offer the full range of ED treatment protocols and can even combine therapies to help make those intimate moments special both for you and your partner. At Heartland Men's Health, we take great pride in providing excellent care and treatment options for ED. Our medical providers specialize in men's sexual health and understand that no two cases are alike, which means you'll get the right treatment for you based on sound medical evaluation and appropriate applications of medical therapies. Plus, we offer treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most men, you'll get your sex life back. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99. It includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and driving in this area means navigating everything from busy metro traffic to open Midwest roads, so having the right auto insurance really matters. With AAA, switching today means you could save up to 21% on your auto insurance. AAA offers trustworthy protection, personalized coverage options, and customer service that gives you real peace of mind. And when you bundle policies or insurance multiple vehicles, you can save even more. Visit AAA.com. That's AAA.com.
Hi, I'm Jacob, your friend and an actual jeweler craftsman at Shane Company. I'm proud to work for a family business that's been committed to the highest quality standards for nearly 100 years. Your dream engagement ring is designed for quality every step of the way. We set your diamond by hand, not with machines. Prong tips are beautiful and secure, and intricate details are thoughtfully crafted. At Shane Company, there's no shortcuts, just craftsmanship. Because a friend knows true love deserves the highest quality. Visit us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Oh, Richard, I'm so happy. Hold me.
Richard of the Week.
Not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
That's right. It's the end of a Friday, which means we do Richard of the Week. Drew Nixon's flirting. It's his 3-year anniversary, so I won't ruin his 3rd year. In 2 years, it's going to have to be skipped.
Yep.
Because you can't have your 5th year anniversary. Somebody said, hey, Dusty, Mahomes had to change his jersey to 14 thanks to Jaden Daniels. No, this should tell Dan Orlovsky that the vision Patrick Mahomes has is great because he was 5 in college, and he knew this guy was going to come around and ruin the day, so he went to 15. My Richard of the Week comes from the Little League World Series and a guy by the name of Sean Simpson. Now, Sean Baum, I'm not talking about you. You're a best friend of mine, and I love you to death. But this guy is the umpire.
No, sir.
back-to-back Ks. Number 7 for Boone.
Doesn't look like the North Oldham.
Oh, boy. Matthew Teague has been ejected from the game by home plate umpire Sean Simpson.
So to give reference to the video, and I don't know if the coach had been heckling the umpire throughout the game, but in this moment, the pitcher that threw the pitch throws the ball outside. It's not a strike. And I understand that the strike zone in the Little League World Series is very large because they have to expedite the game. Otherwise, they'd be there forever. I understand that, but a little bit more accuracy would be nice. You can hear the umpire in the video go, stop. And he at that point, he's made the game about him. So the coach comes out, and he's getting ready to talk to his player who's getting ready to come to the batter's box because the guy before him had just struck out. The umpire, Sean Simpson, goes, stop, with his hand. Okay, right there, you don't need to do that. You're making a scene, right? You've got children when they get crazy. Sometimes you're like, relax. You're making a scene when you just tone it down.
Sometimes you just let them burn themselves out.
Which is fair. And so the coach is walking up to the kid in the on-deck circle, and the guy's like, stop, like telling him he can't come any more further. And he goes, I'm not even going towards the batter's box. Boom, ejected. Richard move, man. Like, I understand. I don't know the full details of before the game, but the guy was going to consult with his team or his player before he goes into the batter's box. Like, hey, here's maybe what the pitch is doing. And before he can get even one more step to him, the umpire gives him the hand halt and then ejects him after all he says is, I'm not even going to the batter's box, and kicks him out of a game in the Little League World Series, again, making it all about him. This umpire, Sean Simpson, is Dusty Likens' Richard of the Week.
I'd love to know more about that one, too. And, has this guy been harassed? Because I remember when I was umpiring Little League Baseball, I tossed a coach one time, and I tossed him. He started arguing with me. I'm like, I've had enough. Like, every game, people are arguing. It's parents. It's all that kind of stuff. So I wonder where he was. I'd love to know the entire kind of reasoning why, and if they correct it and say, I don't know if you have to serve a suspension in Little League Baseball after you get ejected like some other sports you do. So hopefully they can correct all that, because it's the Little League World Series, man. Let's not be kicking coaches out as they're trying to coach these kids in the biggest moments of their lives, too.
Real quickly, baseball news. Yeah. 2028, the Giants are going to be the official home of the All-Star game.
Okay.
So next year is the Cubs.
Oh, cool.
28 is the Giants. 29 it's expected, not yet, but it's supposed to be the Blue Jays. 2030, the Orioles. Kind of wonder if the Royal Stadium is involved.
If it's done, 2031.
Those next year.
That would be awesome.
Could you imagine?
Yes.
Could you
the
imagine?
All-Star game was fun here. Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, it was good time.
Trumbo put one on top of the
I'm not even talking about the game. I'm just talking about everything that went around with it.
Yeah, having that event here would be awesome.
Yeah. And it was like 2012. It was like the awakening of what was about to come.
What
and
was
then
about was the beginning of everything.
So
in this
in
town.
2028, the All-Star game will be at Oracle Park, which will be a fun sight to see because obviously McCovey Cove and that beautiful stadium in San
That's
Fran.
awesome. My Richard of the Week goes to a lady from West Virginia. Shockingly, the
Mountain
story
Mama,
comes
huh?
from. Yeah, exactly. She is a mountain mama. Yeah, there's no question. West Virginia authorities say a woman has been arrested after a child jumped out of a second-story apartment window and then tested positive for cocaine. According to the sheriff's office, Stevie Thibodeau, 30, has been charged with child neglect, serious injury, or death. Deputies say they responded to a Unity Terrace apartment complex on Monday after receiving word about a child jumping out of a window. Police went up there and talked to the mother. The child was then taken to the hospital, and they found out that the child had tested positive for cocaine. The child was 6 years old.
Golly.
Wow.
That's awful. That's so sad.
You didn't have to snort right there.
I know, but my nose is itching. Like,
You getting some urges?
Yeah. I'm just thinking about how many people struggle to have children and want to have children that would be such great parents, and then this person who is obviously
That's
a piece
insane.
of trash is able to have kids. I hate that so much because so many people that would be good parents aren't able to have children, and people that are just trash like that are able to have children, and seemingly as many as they want, and they get them high on cocaine and they jump out the window.
Yeah, that's
awful.
Terrible. That's tragic, man. Malpractice as a parent, and that's even generous to say malpractice.
It's just you're not fit to be a parent.
No, exactly. Yeah, you shouldn't be. Have this duty. Oh man, that makes me sad. On a little bit lighter of a note, I'll go Jaden Daniels' mom.
Oh, okay. What did she do?
Well,
Richard S?
Jaden Daniels, the Richard S of the week. Yeah, I will say Jaden Daniels obviously is the responsible one for this. Right at the end of the day, he's a grown ass man. But also at the end of the day, if your Jaden Daniels' mom, you've put yourself in the position in front of all national eyes that you are going to be by his side. You're going to be running his agency. You're going to be running his team. You're going to be making these decisions. You're going to lead him in the right direction. Well, if you kind of put yourself on that pedestal, what the hell are you doing? Where are you? Because we know where you are. You're right next to Jaden Daniels at all time, whether it's practice, whether it's a game.
Look at me.
Yeah. We know you were a part of this. So as he's 25, you're in your 40s. Let's go. Where were you on this? So I'm still holding Jaden Daniels
responsible. She was right there probably saying this was the right thing to do.
We got to do this, pushing forward.
Was that photo AI'd? Because I don't know. There was of him and his mom at the end of practice sitting at the end of the field. Because I know they had the Madison beer.
There's something going on. I read this morning there's an ad campaign coming. That's why they have all the girlfriends out on the field with the quarterbacks. There's some sort of ad campaign coming is what I read this morning about that.
I did see the AI photo of his mom tucking him.
Yeah, that was funny.
You know how times evolve. We went from its Photoshop to its AI.
Yeah, I saw that tweet the other day, too. It's like, we've changed.
Man, yeah, you're not wrong, though, man. You're not wrong.
Yeah, still holding him responsible. I'm not saying he gets off scot-free, but, I mean, my gosh, if you put yourself in this situation as the mom, you let us know that you're in charge, you're there, then where were you?
Yeah, where were you in all of this?
You're in commercials with him, my gosh.
Yeah, because what you have done now single-handedly is you've ruined this guy's reputation, really. I mean, he ruined his own reputation, okay? He's the adult in all of this. And look, when I was 25 years old, my mommy was not making decisions for me.
She tried.
And then you'd say, no, stop.
Well, but no, she didn't. Eventually you let go, because my daughter said to me the other day, she's like, are you going to be tracking us, when we're at college? I go, no, I'm just finding out where you are at this point in time. We're not going to be using Life 360 on you every 10 minutes when you're at wherever school trying to figure out what's going on. But it is your job of a parent to kind of lead your child in the right direction. But eventually, you got to set your child free. And at 25 years old, I hate to be this guy. If you're still taking, orders from mommy at that point in time, that says a lot about you, too.
That's rough.
You can have a great relationship and talk to your parents, obviously, for advice, no question. But if you're letting mommy make your decisions at 25, that doesn't say a lot about you. How are you going to lead a locker room of men when mommy's leading you still?
My mom doesn't want me to date you.
Oh. Well, you're grown, bro.
Yeah. Well,
that's gonna. He's going to struggle with relationships, man. Yeah, having your mom like that's gonna be hard.
And here we thought New England was gonna have the toughest regular season. Jaden Daniels says, "Hang on."
Hey, Jaden Daniels says, "Hold my beer, man." Like,
Mom,
here's what
hold
we're
this.
gonna do. Yeah.
And on that note. Hey, everybody, have a great weekend. Try the Tom Hanks cocktail. Apparently, it's Prosecco and Diet Coke. I'm going to check it out. Have a good weekend. Go do something nice for